Good morning. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to FQTV. Welcome and welcome to today's edition. Welcome to the show. As you are joining us, let's share the show if you can. Let's share the show, please. Let's share the show. Let's share the show. Let's share the show if you can. Help us to share the show and welcome to today's edition. Let's share the show. Thank you and thank you. Thank you for joining us. As you can see, the conversation here today, we are going to be looking at we're going to be considering the different presidential nominees, or however you want to term them. We're going to be speaking to that fact and what they bring to the table. How can Liberians benefit? How can the image of Liberia be restored? A lot of things to talk about today. But let's share the show in the meantime as you are joining, please. This show promises to be very, very, very interesting today. Sekou will be joining us. The guys from Liberia will be joining us. Lots of information. A lot is happening around the world. Let's share the show. I want to say thanks to those of you who follow us this morning on Ablijay. We were up on Ablijay. It was a good time. Let's share the show. Let's share the show. Welcome and welcome to today's conversation. Let's share the show. We'll talk about some things that are missing. We had a pretty big week that started off very slow and small, but the month of June has promised to be very, very big. And the month of June has to be big anyway, because in 8 days, it will be my birthday. We will be 1 year older. And interestingly, I share birthday with a couple of good, cool, and nice people that I know. One of them is Sarah's, Brazilian monk. Sarah's that always calls on the show. Me and Sarah were born the same day. Even though he was on yesterday, but me and Sarah were born the same day. So it's interesting. Yes, if you missed the show on Ablijay this morning, you can go on there, stuff and watch it. You know, it was very interesting, very, very interesting interaction. But it's very good. It's very, very good. It is very good. It's important that when you have any kind of conversation, any kind of move you make, or anything or so, it is important that you don't rush to recruit press singles or sycophants. It's okay for people to express their view. It's okay. There is nothing wrong with it, because they also provide an opportunity for you to see their limitations, for you to see what they're missing, what in fact they bring, and so forth. But if they just want to dwell in their lives and their belief system that they've had all throughout their lives, and they think that that's reality, then you have the perfect opportunity to educate, inform them, and erect the necessary checkpoint. So we believe that, on Ablijay this morning, and we are grateful that we were there. We're grateful that we were there. And listen, we'll go back on Ablijay. We'll do this as much as possible. We'll receive some very good feedback from the people there. So we'll be back. We have agreed in terms to show faith again. We'll be back. We'll make the necessary sacrifices that we have to make to stay up and educate, inform our people. Because what I realized this morning on Abidjan was, wow, there is so much misinformation in our people's head. They are so out of tune with reality, so out of touch with reality, to the point that even when you try to help them up, they will argue in their confusion. It's sad, but Harriet Tubman says something, that she could have freed more slaves if only they knew that they were slaves. But hey, like I said this morning in one of the parables, when you take some medications that are not used to your system, automatically the body will react to it. It will reject it, it will refuse it, it will react to it. So it's okay. But it doesn't mean that medication is not good for you. It actually is a sign that you are on the right meds or the right medication. A lot of things happened this week, which we'll talk about in other news here. A lot of things happened that we're not paying attention to. Locally, internationally, there are a lot of things that are happening around the world. A lot of things. For example, in the US, finally, the Speaker of the House, Kevin McCarthy, and the Republican finally agreed to pass the bill to make sure the United States pay their bill to increase the debt ceiling, or however you want to call it. That bill has been passed. It's up to the Senate. I believe the Senate is working on it, or they've already worked on it. I didn't follow it 2 days in a row now. I haven't really followed it to keep up with the story because I've been busy here and there. But that's a good news for those in the US, because that means government agencies, government workers, and so forth, with who were worried, different programs that relied on government subsidy, federal subsidy, and so forth. From a federal standpoint, that means they'll get a pay. Things will happen. So that's good. That's very, very good. That's good news. A lot of different things happen. Even as we speak today, we're getting to it a little bit here. Senegal is in some serious problem because the major opposition leader there has been ordered to go to jail for 2 years, and the election is in 1 year. That in itself is a problem. It's a serious problem. It's a serious problem. That is a problem. If you didn't know, that is a problem. On the other hand, President Donald Trump, he and Ron DeSantis from Florida, the governor there, they're in a serious tussle, battle, words of mouth. Hey, that's politics. They were both good friends before, but that's politics. Ron DeSantis is taking some shots at President Donald Trump. President Donald Trump is clapping back, as we can say, or going at him as well. So, very interesting things are happening. I'd read this morning that the DOJ, the Department of Justice in the United States, is not going to be prosecuting or bringing any charges against former Vice President Mike Pence for the handling of classified documents, the way he handled it. They're not, and the truth about it also is Mike Pence did take responsibility that he mishandled classified documents. But that's not for the case of President Donald Trump. That's not the same with President Donald Trump. Very interesting things are happening. Very, very interesting things are happening around the world. Very, very, very interesting things. As for Liberia, the U.S. ambassador spoke. I think I have the video. We will play that really quick. If not, we'll pass it on. But it was very, 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 very interesting week. And the most interesting part of it is My people that my boy more. Yeah. So all that other extra thing where can be on that thing. Yeah. Your jelly the whole more, yeah. The whole more from now to December until we get in January next year. Is about me. I don't play that. I don't play games. You already know what time it is. You already know what time it is. But folks, thank you for joining us. Let's share the show. Today is June 3rd. I have some very good friends that were born on June 3rd. Welcome to the new month. If you haven't been told, welcome to the new month. Welcome to the best month in a year. Yeah, that means say so. That's the best month in a year. It may you go back and be born in June. When you come back in your next life, be born in June. Yeah, especially on June 11th. You want to be born on that day. But anyways, well, say what I want to say. When they hit us with it, what didn't concern me say? What did I know? I ain't know say what didn't going on. I don't know what didn't going on. June are the best month, sound sealed and approved by the Almighty God. What did the best month in the year? Don't forget about all the other morning, man. What is the morning? It doesn't do all the morning, that's serious. June are the best month. The other morning, that's serious. We're discussing serious morning, you're discussing June are the best month, are the best month in the year, period. What thing happen? What things all concern me? June are the best month. All the other money you're living, that's serious money, man. Why is serious month? June are the best month. Again, I will say it. June are the best month. Nobody's stupid yet. June are the best month. You're October. You're right. We're gonna October. You love October. Eh? October, then we're gonna bring yo in the turn. October, then a funny morning. Don't be able to go to October. Don't bring up here October. October, then a funny morning. We're talking about where people can be energized. June that 4 month. That in June month, all the young guys, most of the young guys can be almost half naked in June month. That in June month, all the everybody that happened, they also big yeah. And I in June month, I leave that thing. Don't even let her go there. Don't let her to go there. I beg you. Don't call funny money, yo. Or focus on June right now. Focus on June. June a follow day. October month are dead there. All the other money are dead there. June are the best month, period. And it's on period, anyways. But folks, we got other men say October is the best month. You better leave that October. We will pour October, you're gonna black plastic bed, tired, trash it. October, that's real more. Anyways, folks, you're not mind to put them a different morning. We're talking about Google morning, you're talking about October. It's October. All the mornings that are in TBER, MBER, whatever you want to call it. That's all confused morning. I gotta focus on June more. See your player, what's up? Yes, see your player Barcelona won. See your player Barcelona won. My people, my senior player Leicester City. You know, we come Leicester City, we come a long way. See your player Barcelona. I know next year you're supporting Barcelona. I already know. From the way how you just the seal set, looking at the seal set, you already know what's good. One of the jerseys that got cross in it, you know, look at Barcelona seal. One it got seal in it. I'm talking about Real Madrid and I got different flower there, circle then passing around. Don't want a team that funny team. The jacket different team there inside. Real Madrid on a jersey, you not see the stuff. So funny looking flower there inside. Man said they don't buy any water, but inside they just looking funny. No, see your player, how you blame me? You joining the best team in the world next year to support. I already got a memo. Somebody already hit me or said the senior player from the local team, you're leaning toward Barcelona. And we welcome you with open arms. We welcome you with open arms. By the way, folks, we're not deterred. We were born in June. We're not. Today is Saturday. Welcome to SKTV. Forget about Liverpool, man. We're not Liverpool. You're walking alone every day, man. Liverpool attract your team, you know. That the team that wasn't be that sorry for team there. Liverpool there, Joseph Boygan, they say the things when I sorry for people, where you gotta just feel sorry for. But the other time around, I carry no sorry again, I lie. I carry sorry for team, we carry serious thing. But folks, the folks on Liberia will be joining us soon. Again, like I said, serious conversations here today. Very, 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 very serious that you want to take seriously. We'll be talking about a lot of different things. I've seen I listened briefly to what's his name, this morning, Jeremiah Cohen in Grand Paso, in Bicano. In other words, he laid blame on the senators, the representative in Grand Paso, and it was very interesting to hear him speak the way he spoke. But again, hey, that's where we are. And I think we're in some very, 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 very interesting time. Very interesting times, my people. Very, very interesting time. But let's share the show. We'll be recognizing you in a minute here, just before we go to the break. Today's it's the 3rd of June again. It's the 3rd of June again. I will say again for the 100th time. It's the 3rd of June, the best month in the year. Whether you like it, you not like it, that's your business. Only haters will hate. The best month in the year is June, my people. And the best month in the year at June. The best month in the year at June. So June 11, make sure you show face on the platform. It will be on a Sunday. Please show face. But let's greet one or two of you. The time stamp here is 11:27 a.m. in Arizona. I think on the East Coast it's 2:27. If I'm not mistaken, I mean. And then on Central Standard Time, which is Minnesota and all the other places, I think we're at 1:28 because you guys are 2 hours ahead of us, Central Standard. And Eastern Standard Time, you guys are 3 hours ahead of Arizona. So when you guys are going to sleep, we're waking up in Arizona. Yes. And it's very nice weather out here for Arizona. Sunny, cool breeze. You can beat the weather here. You can't beat the weather. But let's welcome Fumba Toure, Judah, Kingdom of Judah. Ali Donzo, welcome to the show. EU Baron, welcome to the show. Joseph Conto, welcome to the show. My man Joseph Conto, you are up. They put in let politics. You wake up 5 o'clock in the morning to go watch the WJ show. That's good. That's very, very good. Thank you for the support, the continuous support, and many of you, it's a good thing. Ruth Robert Kuma, welcome to the show. Is that Dauda Kane? Welcome to the show. Eugenia Crane, welcome to the show. Who's there again? Emmanuel Flynn, welcome to the show. Emmanuel Faflin, welcome to the show. Fred, welcome to the show. Let's see here. Ella James Supply, welcome to the show. Kuloga, welcome to the show. Okay, Kuloga, thank you for the update. Kuloga said Biden signed a bill today. So that means y'all get ready next week. Those of you who work federally and your checks have been held up, the United States will be able to pay their bills too. So that's good to be able to run the government for this year till next June when they have to revisit it again. To tell you that June are important more. Now the morning what people can be making serious decisions in. Many people want to get married in June. Many people want to graduate in June. All the good things just waste in June. All the good things, forget that thing. They just waste in June. Glenda Genius, welcome to the show. Glenda, I hear say your birthday at June 2. Wow. From the look of things, they say your birthday at June. Is there the other birthday yet? No, I'm looking at the other birthday yet. I will celebrate a birthday. No, I will celebrate a birthday in Miami. Yeah, the other birthday yet. We got to look at the birthday. Sandy Anderson, welcome to the show. But we'll tell you what we celebrate birthday. The birthday got to be celebrated differently. It got to be celebrated bigly, like Donald Trump will say. Oh, Glendale say her birthday in June. June, that your birthday, Glendale? Hey, Glendy? That your birthday? Now, yo, who got the best birth month? Oh, yo. Now we Eugenia say October is the best month. Leave October, man, Eugenia. October like that bad. The October we discussing ceremony. Yeah, what do you want to say? What do you want to say? Nestor Senny, welcome to the show. Senior player, welcome to the show. Meata Sterling, welcome to the show. Who else? Yeah, man, talking Liverpool. Forgot about Liverpool, man. Meata Takina, welcome to the show. Meata Takina, too, they say you were born in June. I said, are we for that? Is how? They 2 more years now. Some poor fella they won't go back and tell them mine and partner to be born in June. You're loud, you already old. Aaron Pakpua, welcome to the show. Who else? Folks, sorry if I skip your name. Musa Sharif, welcome to the show. Agnes Barkley, welcome to the show. Some people want change your boy more than a scan. You can't change your boy more. so scared. Your boy more will stay like that. You further inside. You will balance. I will stay in your funny boy money. We're discussing cool boy money. You're talking about funny boy money. Hey, you talk about. I will say 228. Okay. Paul Jala, welcome to the show. I will stay on inside. Ben Besson Kakamara, welcome to the show. You're watching from Birmingham, UK. That's good. Who's that? Young big boy, yeah. Welcome to the show, Chief. I know that more than member. Welcome to the show. The young person, you need to identify yourself for advance to be recognized. Identify yourself for security reasons because they don't we get the picture and we can be confused. We don't know what's going on. Is that who that? Masco? Welcome to the show. Who that? King Ashford, right? Yeah, Chief. We will get the best boy more in the world out here, King Ashford, right? I was saying that so. Don't let it have food. You see March 28 on it and they be checking things out. We don't be born funny more. June. Born funny more. Regina, welcome to the show. Eleanor, welcome to the show. Let's move on. We're not born funny more. Abraham, welcome to the show. Cephas, welcome to the show. Cephas Cake by you, welcome to the show. Let's see the press, welcome to the show. Give me a quick second here. I'm getting some kind of technical call here for, let me. Sorry, we even getting the show here. I still recognizing people how to take this call really quick. Really quick. It was an important call, a strategic call. Yeah, you say you may identify yourself. What's your story? You want different story there? We're not on that story, but Press. Welcome to the show. Oh, President, say una brother that June. I say all the June people will come here. We also let me catch you. Say you also you on the boy morning. Oh, yeah, for let me passing around celebrating funny boy morning. Time for you to celebrate. Yeah, more. The good thing about una boy more, we can celebrate to the rest of the year. So soon we get December 31st, then we'll close. Then we'll see you celebrating funny. Yeah, morning again there. We're getting the 31st of May. We can let you celebrate all your funny thing. 31st of May. Then we'll show it again June 1st. So any attempt to honor our birth month, any attempt, and a good thing too about we were born in June, we are magnanimous. We can take gift from June to December. We can take gift. That's a good thing about all. Yeah. And all my June people understand that all cool. They don't check on it. We can take gift from now to the 31st. So anything from June 1st. Sometimes we can take it starting on May 31st. We can take gift. So our uncle will not get problem. We don't want to take gift to the end of the year. So all the other funny birth money you're celebrating, when I want to see it. Going forward, if we get you writing anything on your Facebook page that I'm celebrating June month till the 31st of December, we'll report you to Mark Zuckerberg. Your whole page will then be taken down. That is there. So we inside. We're watching your breath funny thing on your page. You will see. You will hear from Mark. Anyway, me at that Kina Emmanuel, Marula Mo, Hassan Billy, Victoria Blamo Cooper, Coretta, welcome to the show. Yeah, all of y'all celebrate June. Jackson, welcome to the show. Is that Twe? Welcome to the show. Rise to one, page 2. Welcome to the show. Who there? Vic? No, let's move on to different people. Let's move on. I see you're the same people and still reading. If you're not June, but you'll not be reading plenty yet. We beg you. Levy Thompson, welcome to the show. Levy that you say made a dead bed, man. Made a answer your mom, man. Made a answer your man, mom. Yes. Seattle. Yes, Seattle. Yes, Seattle, you are very right. Yeah, you're very right. You're very right. In fact, the June people need to call you. We need to discuss whether your birthday in June. If your birthday not in June, we need to try to move it to June. You understand some things. You're strategic. Who there? Just before we go. Darcy, welcome to the show. Yata, welcome to the show. Comfort, welcome to the show. Who there? Let's see. Nancy, welcome to the show. Anthony, welcome. We're ready for your day more. Y'all, any 10 years old, they will ask for your lead July, man. We'll discuss this serial more, man. Labra, who have found in July, Labra, serial country. We're discussing serial money. We're discussing serial money. Who is this? If I skip your name, please don't get fail me because we're going to the commercial break really quick here. We're discussing serial money. Washington, your show like your real birth morning, yes. So Washington lead that team, man. Washington, you want to change your birth month to be born in June? We'll welcome you. We just want to see what man put out. If you want to do it, we're sending you. What thing happen? Washington, June month open. We can accommodate. In fact, we're the biggest one in the entire. What do you call? What thing? Elizabeth. June till one for the rest of the year. We not want to hear them. Forget what that refugee is. What that refugee mode, that real mode, whatever it is. So long you in June, respect you. We're not talking about that funny morning. Are you talking? Say you sign like somebody who were born in August or in September. So that the people who can bring noise in the town. We don't want noise. They'll pick you. If you want to bring noise, that what more you better celebrate and leave noise. Smith, I will welcome to the show, Chief. Yeah, don't bring noise in the town. But anyways, folks, let's get to the musical break here. Once we get back, we're getting straight into the show. I want you to, we might not finish this music, but I want you to listen very, very carefully to this song. I want you to also see the faces in the song. Pay keen attention to the faces in the song. You've seen this song before, you've heard it before, but let's pay attention, please.
Ladies and gentlemen, I am son of that dear boy. I'm glad with the great opportunity given me to introduce to you your president.
Babu want to become president.
That one not true.
Buskiro want to become president.
That one not true.
Poppy Dosse want to become president.
That one not true.
Crazy man you see want to become president.
That one not true.
Mr. Krede want to become president.
That one not true.
Mr. Lala man want to become president.
That one not true.
Yeah, president you will sing you.
That one not true.
Mr. Roro want to become president.
That one not true.
Yeah, go. Now how the president business will be? We suffering for some more. Mr. Lala want to become president. President you see want to become president. Mr. Become president. It can't be one angry. Let me tell you something. say, as the President of the Republic of Liberia, I thank you people for introducing me as the President. The power invested in me as the President of the Republic of Liberia. I want to make sure I will bring the rest press down. Yeah. I'm going to pull all the fear press down. I'm going to bring the gasoline press down. Yeah. Kalolo want to become president. Yeah, you know easy again. You want to tell me say president will tell money eat up become president? Trust take up become president? And not easy. Liberia will show you. When they give president to them, they will stand and say, I'm Mason. I will bring down Moldova and bear you new Moldova. I'm going to make sure I'm not going to steal the government money. I'm going to make sure 7-7 get their back pay. I'm the president going to make sure that the AFL going to be paid in 2 weeks. I'm going to make sure the students going to get 12 buses. I'm going to make sure for the little children they say, I'm going to buy two plastic bags for them to poo-poo inside. Yeah. Babu, you see, want to become president. Mr. President want to become president. Mr. Jongo want to become president. Lala want to become president. Karen Ripper want to become president. You know, issue so free, Liberia. Listen to the speech. As the president of the Republic of Liberia, I'm going to make sure I'm going to electrify the city into 1 day time. As the president of the Republic, I'm going to drive the whole of the sea and pay you people estate daily. As things go bad, Republic of West Wind going to be an estate. Mr. President, become president. Mr. Lala man want to become president. Mr. Ruru want to become president. Mr. Dr. Job want to become president. Mr. Kenju man want to become president. Mr. Ripasa want to become president. Mosquito want to become president. The girl you see want to become president. Everyone want to become president. And you now when you want to become president. Yeah. Please come, let we see them who will become president.
Virginia, don't cry about it. The president stepping in and worry, man. president. All the self juggle, then they won't become president. You gap in here, then you won't become president. Nobody know you, then you say.
Okay, folks, we are back. We are back to the show. You know, peace be to his ashes. George Puccini passed away. Very interesting song. And like I said, most of the times when I have the opportunity to come to speak with the Liberian people, as always, I like to acknowledge the Liberian people as the most important people on earth. I'd also like to reference the Liberian women as the most beautiful women on earth. I do that consciously knowing that, you know, I owe it to mind conscious and the facts and the evidences that I have to my disposal. Some of them are very inarguable, such as if anybody want to dispute that the Liberian women are not the most beautiful women on earth, then you're telling your man that your man is fine. And I don't think you want to be in that position. I don't think so. So just give me a brief second here. 1 second. I need to do something. 1 second and we'll get straight into the show because we got some quick story to tell you before we lay the premise here for the conversation for today. We want to dive into some kind of story really quick because there is a narrative that is coming up from the GMB camp. I want to bring to your attention. There is something that we must bring to your attention. Very critical, very, very important. But let's listen to it just for a second.
You don't even know my story. You don't even know your story, oh yeah. Oh yeah, you know on the Baby loca. So mora. You post a new car on Facebook. But that's so la la. You working butter. Bluffing and acting jealous, say you photo. My advice for you in my way I got to confess. Confession. You gotta.
I was dancing, oh, big girl, yeah. I tell you, the whole June on by your father inside. Y'all take trouble till the end of the year. Y'all take trouble till the end of the year. We'll rock it, shake it, and nobody can say anything. Nobody can say anything. We'll rock it, shake it. I beg you. Anyways, let's get to the conversation here really quick. So, briefly this morning, I listened to the nominee of Joseph Yohan Boakai for the vice running mate. Jeremiah Kun. Everything else Jeremiah Kun said never caught my attention. But he said two things that caught my attention. Everything else you say, you were just going in cycles and giving himself a hard time, you know, trying to talk safe or play safe. But the first thing that caught my attention was when he told the Liberian people and he told the people of Grand Bassa that you know, they didn't have check the hospital, the x-ray machine, you know, basically kind of condemn. And partly, yes, they're government facilities. But here is the part that caught my attention because Senator Yomli Kangalorn, Senator Jonathan Kape, and other leaders in Grand Bassa should ensure that these things are available for the people of Grand Bassa. Let's be honest, this is not politics. And even if we were to say this is reality, even if we said this is politics, then guess what? They should be making a case for the people in Grand Bassa. So essentially, that's an indictment on them. Whether you like it or not. They are lawmakers, they are the representation at the highest level to the executive to ensure that these things are done. Now, if they are not done, and the people of Grand Basso and the city of Grand Basso or the hospitals in Grand Basso are not up to date, they don't have things there, then let's turn to the representation. They are the ones representing. Let's be honest. So indirectly, he indicted them. And directly, they can be indicted for what he said. You know, the other time, they told Jeremiah to stop the talking business because every time he opened his mouth, Chele Joseph Yuma Buhari, they incriminate themselves. They raise more concerns, more questions than they answer. But I don't know why he chose to go to Grand Basso to speak. But again, we have the opportunity to analyze the entire tape, to play it so that you guys can listen to it. Unfortunately, we did not load it in here today, but we'll have the opportunity to do that very, very soon. Another thing he said that caught my attention was the fact that he chose Joseph Yuma Boakai because Joseph Yuma Boakai served with Ellen for 12 years, and he wanted to compare Joseph Yuma Boakai to Todman and Talbot. That is a very good conversation to have. It's a very good conversation. I want to lay the premise on this conversation because it's a very good conversation to have, to be quite honest. In one voice, they want to preach the Congo and country. They want to say other people are Congo. But in another voice, they are preaching where I think Sekou is here. I'm not sure if he's on. Okay, Sekou is getting ready in the back. He hasn't joined us, but he's getting ready. I'm getting signals from him. So in one voice, they want to give credit to the quote-unquote Congo people who led the country and brought the country to where it is today. So they want to say, they want to mirror themselves or compare themselves to the same Congo people that they are passing around telling the surrogate to call other people Congo people, and they are considered the native people. You see the hypocrisy in there. So when he said that this morning, I was like, okay, what's up with that? But that is not what's interesting. Because what Jeremiah Kun does not know and he doesn't understand is Talbot did something that was very strange. And what he did impacted Liberia, affected Liberia, and led to the civil war and contributed to it. Now, I'm not saying I blame him exclusively for the civil war. That's not what I'm saying. What I am saying is his policies, if he has been in government all these years, if he served as vice president all these years, and he comes back and he did what he did, then people who serve in government are not our solutions. They're not the answers to our problem that we have. They're not. Don't give the country to people who serve, people who, quote unquote, got government experiences. They got experiences in stealing, taking brown envelopes and passing them around the dude. But to say they have the experiences to change the trajectory of the country, no, that's not true. Let me prove to you what Talbot did. Listen to this. Talbot, quote, let me read it. Talbot abandoned Todman's pro-West foreign policy. Listen to that word because this is important for us to understand. Keep the word foreign policy in mind. Keep the word foreign policy in mind. Talbot abandoned Todman's pro-West policy, establishing diplomatic relations with communist nations like the Soviet Union. The Soviet Union at the time is considered now Russia. People's Republic of China. Now listen, this is interesting and very important. Give me 1 second. Oh Lord. Oh Lord. My people, you're sorry. It's not easy. People from Liberia they won't come on. Yeah, they won't come on. Let me send it in here. You're sorry there. Yeah, my man, your photo organ, what going in the station there? What is going on again in the back here? So let me go back and read it to you guys because this is interesting and very important. Talk about abandoned Totman's pro-West foreign policy, establishing diplomatic relations with communist nations like the Soviet Union, listen, People's Republic of China, Cuba, and several Eastern Bloc countries. Tolbert severed ties with Israel. You're listening, with Israel during the Yom Kippur War in October 1973, when he spoke favorite of the Palestinian people. Tolbert was chairman of the Organization of African Unity from July 1979 until his assassination in April of 1980. Let me tell you why I read this. The reason I read this, Lofa, welcome, bro. Welcome, my people. The reason I read this to us is because every time we listen to the people in Liberia, one of the biggest problems they have, one of the biggest challenges that they have, they're not even concerned about security. It's not on the top of the list. They are concerned about jobs, about income, about earning a living. They are. When President George Weah came to power, or just before he would come to power, one of the reasons he was voted so highly and the expectation was so high was because the Liberian people thought, they believed, they felt as though President George Weah would have used his connections to bring jobs, to create opportunities in the country. That is just the fact, the hope, the aspiration of the people. They were so hoping on President George Weah using his connections. But what they did not understand was President George Weah, his connections are limited, and his connections got disconnected when he left the FIFA realm, when he left the football realm. FIFA don't associate with politics. They don't do politician there. They're not into that. So when you decide to run for presidency of any country, and you are part of FIFA, you have to resign and go there and go do your thing. So that particular relationship was broken. It was no longer there. The Liberian people did not take that into consideration. They believed the lies. Fast forward today, part of the problems that President George Weah faced is his foreign policy. When President George Weah took over, and these are facts, I'm not making it up. When President George Weah took over, he tailored his foreign policy towards Europe as opposed to the United States, which has been our ally. In other words, he took us away from our connection with the United States, our biggest ally, our biggest friend, our biggest big brother that have been in support of us throughout. He took us to Europe. From there, he took us to China. Yeah, other also we watch it. The Eton and Iboma Vloom that Jeremiah Kun signed on. Jeremiah Kun signed on to the Eton and Iboma Vloom. He signed it. He signed on to it. That Jeremiah Kun will see there. That's true. You're asking that question. That is true. He did. He knows that. He said, well, of it. In fact, he made a case for it as well. He did. He and Thomas fought because they were going to get a cut. So it didn't matter whether it was bad, whether it was horrible. It didn't matter. As long as it benefited them individually, it's okay. Fast forward, Joel Howard Taylor, whether you like it or not, it's a huge liability on the President Weah's administration, only because of her connection to Charles Taylor. These are facts. These are facts, as evidenced by that. She can come on. She can come to America. That's true. Cannot lie. They have denied her more than once. Cannot lie. That's true. Cannot lie. That's true. They have. Now, the reason I'm bringing these things to you, and I'll come to the Joseph Yuma Bwaga side of it, because it was Jeremiah Kun who had that conversation. The reason I'm saying some of these things to you is because we ignore all of these signs in 2017. We ignore these signs. And ignoring does not mean that we're not come to media up in front of us. That's not what it means. That is not what it means. Listen, if a young girl ignores the sign that this guy is irresponsible and says she's in love at that moment, so she want to have a child by him and she want to be with him, that is okay. When you guys have the child and that guy starts to act irresponsible, he didn't just start to act irresponsible that day or those few months. He was irresponsible a long time ago. You decided to ignore the signs. You did. The man not paying his rent. You come to the house, the guy eviction notice. You come to the main house, while you're still loving, but you say you're in love. Oh, I love the boy, he too hot. And you know, and I just love him. And you know, okay. The same thing with like, bro, oh, you know, and Joseph Baga will face the country, and Joseph Baga will change the country, and they will rescue the country, and they will do this one, they will do that one. Okay. No problem. But let me ask you the question. How? Because the last time I checked when Joseph Yuma Baga was in America, he was in the basement. The last time I checked. He was following Costa, going to Waterside Market in Philadelphia, and holding black plastic baby. Some of these things, when we say people get vexed with us, oh, and you can be through a screen, and you talk to the papa like this, you talk about, let me tell you something. Let me say this. I'm not here to trade the future for anybody's comfort. I'm not here for that. I want us to be clear. We're not going to trade the future at the expense of people's comfort or, you know, we ignore these little signs. We ignored all of these little signs that are relatable and are very easy to see through things. Welcome, Mr. Kane.
Thank you.
Yes, I told the people that you were going to join us, but you met me in the middle of this conversation.
Oh, go ahead. I'm there listening. Go ahead.
I will finish up my point. Mr. Kane, I beg you, can you please connect with Milborn, because he sent me some kind of message.
I just did.
Thank you so much. I appreciate it. He sent me some kind of message I'm confused about. So the reason I'm saying all of these things is because we have to start paying attention. If this connection, if these diplomatic relationships were there, when Joseph Yuma Bwaga comes to America, you will see the connection. My people, connection with that come when you become president. Some of these relationships are built, they're held, and they're kept. Don't let them fool you. They don't have the connections. They don't. Jeremiah Kun is a huge liability, as evidenced by that with the Prince Johnson connection. Whether you like it or not, Jeremiah Kun is a liability. I see him trying to distance himself from Prince Johnson. That is not true. Don't let him lie to you. The scene where Joey lied to you that he was worth 80 million, when in fact Joey was a beggar and a simple crook when he was in the Senate and taking money here and there from people. My people, you're opening your eyes. Don't let these people fool you. And don't say that temporary, oh, you know, we love the man. We love the man. And the Liberian people love the man. And the Liberian people, my people that are saying love the man, love the ball, love the man, love the ball, love the man. I you're into the 6 years and not 1 year. Josh Weah, I've said it over and over, and I will say it again. Josh Weah, anything that has to do with Josh Weah and Joseph Yuma Boakai, stay away from it and run away from it. I'll say again, it's not a hit. I got nothing personal against anybody, but these are the facts. Joseph Yuma Boakai he was not able to carry on the relationships that Ellen allowed him to build with other people when they were there for 12 years. No, he was not. If he could have maintained those relationships when he came to America, he would not be passing around Stanton Witherspoon and renting car for him to pass around. Stanton Witherspoon is as we speak now, he's an indicted criminal on serious charges. Listen, these are facts. We'll come back here today, tomorrow, and we'll say these same things. All this, I love you, they love the one, they love that one. My people, we're headed to the elections. These guys do not have anything to bring to the table, but they have all means to come and take away from you. Mr. Kane, welcome to the show.
Thank you so much, Steve. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, everyone. I'm glad to be here. You can see me, I'm sitting here quiet, saying nothing, because we have been struggling with the radio. There are some technical issue going on the radio, and we were also talking about hold on one second. So let me take care of something really quick, Steve. I need to help them on something.
Okay, go ahead. So folks, like we were saying, or like I was saying earlier on, and I want us to think about this. Liberia's problem will not be solved locally. Let me tell you today. If you think Liberians can solve their own problem in Liberia, you will not need external help or sir. If you think so, try it. Let's see. Try it, let's see. If you think so, if you think Liberia's problem will be solved, if you think Jeremiah Kun and Joseph Yuma Boakai is able to solve Liberia's problem, if you think so, try it. Let's see. You will thank God for Joe Weah. You will. Keep this post. Keep this video. You will thank God for Joe Weah. The same way how some of you can thank God for Ellen, you will thank God for Joe Weah. You will. You will. Let all people then play nice and cajole you and fool you to come and you forget about yourself and go vote for them. Go. You think Joe Weah worse? You think you not see suffering? You think you not see hard time? You really think so? You think you not see suffering? You not see hard time? A man who tells you he lives on loan, how can that man change anything in your life? How? I said this before from the beginning on SKTV, and I will say it again. Poor people. Elections is not for them. You must have the resources to do it. And whoever sponsors your campaign, in most cases, dictate to you how it will go or what will happen in your administration because they invested money. That's it. Somebody say, oh, well, Tyrus Dillon and, Tyrus Dillon will pull or whatever it is. Let me tell you something. Tyrus Dillon will never pull. You know how much money Tyrus Dillon collected for his campaign? Do you know? You have any clue? You really have any clue? Do you know how much money Senator Tyrus Dillon collected? Do you know how much money? So up until now, they can't even give a comprehensive report of the money. Do you know who all gave into Senator Tyrus Dillon? Do you know? Do you know? I don't want to make a conversation about Tyrus Dillon because he's now on the ballot. but Dara Dillon time to be on the ballot was going to be here. I don't want to make it about him, but he was not poor. He received huge sum of money to sponsor his campaign. He did. And that's why many people who pay into a campaign, who contributed to a campaign, are disappointed in him today. Yes, they are. So you stop this, oh, Dara Dillon, Thomas Farah have money, Dara Dillon were poor. That is not true. That's not true. That's not true. Yes, Thomas Farah have money, Dara Dillon equally have money. But anyways, Mr. Kane, welcome back. Let me give you the opportunity to introduce yourself.
Thank you so much. Actually, I'm getting frustrated with, for some reason, Mabel is very, very struggling with the software back there. For some reason, it's not allowing him to get on. But yes, Steve, I'm concerned, and I'm concerned about the current politics, not because of the current government, but the current actors, the political actors, the people who are running for president, the presidential candidate. Besides Alexander Cummings and Tiawan Gonglo, how many candidates that are up there making a case to the Liberian people as to why they should be elected, as to why they believe they have the answer for Liberia's problem? I listened to this young man yesterday, partly listened to him. I know he's not, he might not win the election. He might not even come third. I don't know, but for now, I don't think so. Because I don't think he can win anything more than, beyond his county. But I think at least he's trying. Moving from radio station to radio station, from one social media to other social media. I'm concerned, where is George Weah to tell the Liberian people that he really deserves to be re-elected? Where is Joseph Newman Puakai? Are they throwing the white flag out there? Are they throwing the towel, say, hey, we're not going to win anything, so there's no need to go out there to talk to the Liberian people? George Weah is missing in action. It seems like he doesn't care anymore. It seems like I said, since George Weah left Washington, D.C. Hold on 1 second. Hold on 1 second.
So, folks, Sekou will be right back. But again, these are some of the things that we are talking about. The audacity that only to feel entitled. Mr. Connect.
Yeah, sorry, man. I had to take that call. It was a funny call. I gotta tell the president I'm on the phone. I'm on the show. So George Weah went in coma, political coma, since he left Washington, D.C. But just, people continue to deny the fact that Joseph Nima Boakai is not well. They continue to deny the fact that Joseph Nima Boakai is not capable. He's not physically fit. He is not mentally fit. When you are sick, if you get headache, your decision-making process is tempered with. Even you get stomach pain, once you're not well, you can't think rightly, you can't think correctly. If you're not well, you're not well. When you talk to somebody, Sekou, you say you're sick, you can get sick. That's why I'm not running for anything. George Weah problem, I believe, is the fact that George Weah already know that if he continues to fight to be president, the problem that they already show him, it will be worse. I think George Weah already know now that he's not going to win anything, and nobody is ready to work with him. But why is it that Joseph Numa Boakai, who's supposed to be president, is not seeing invisible anywhere, not seeing anywhere, campaigning, only when they're ready to go to inject steroid in the woman to bring him to the public? I'm seriously concerned about this, Steve. This is not about politics. It's about people trying to insult the intelligence of our people. We are not a bunch of stupid people. And they don't want you to talk about these things. Yesterday or day before yesterday, President Joseph Biden slept and fell. Briefly, they woke him up. And they show other presidents, including Barack Obama, who somehow slept and fell. Guess what happened? They renewed the attack on Joe Biden's age and his fitness for president. Yes, because you always want to compare Liberia with the United States. And you want to do that, let's go 50-50. Joe Biden's health is the one to be discussed today in America everywhere. They say the old man's age is questionable for his fitness to be president. His age. The man is seen everywhere, jumping, walking, jogging, even, running on the stage. We know very well that Joseph Boakai is way, 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 way fit than Joseph Biden. Joe Biden is fit more than Joseph Boakai. We know Joe Biden does not have any pacemaker in his heart. Joe Biden is not set for any, open heart surgery. But yet, American people, the media, are on his back on a daily basis, talking about his health, whether or not he's fit, how some of his own party people having problem with him. In fact, as we speak, some Democrats, but they don't want to show themselves, they are preparing a third-party candidate. They say just in case. They are preparing a third-party candidate. They don't want to reveal the name. They don't want to, in fact, reveal the people who are sponsoring them. But yet, majority of people believe that it is the Democrats. And they are doing it because they have problem with Joe Biden's age as president. They have problem with his mental state and his decision making. As president, you have people that will come, that will be around you to help you make some decision, but your independent decision, your mental state, your level of intellect and your understanding of issue matter. Imagine this is not a decision you're making for yourself or for your family. You are doing it for a whole country. So if Joe Biden health can be discussed, if Joe Biden's age can be discussed, what is the problem? Joe Biden is going everywhere giving speeches. And did you see anybody? Did you hear anybody from Joseph Boakai camp or from the Unity Party camp that came and denied or refuted the report on Front Page Africa that Joseph Boakai is now well, that Joseph Boakai being injected with steroid before he can go to the public. How many of them deny it? How many deny the fact that Joseph Boakai is scheduled to come to the United States for open heart surgery? How many of them deny it? Okay, why is it that Joseph Boakai not speaking up? Why is it that he's not on the campaign trail? We know campaign is not officially started, but Joey had been campaigning a long time ago. Everybody been campaigning. Everybody been campaigning one way or the other. They're not just calling it campaign, but people been going here and there, all over the place to make the case. They are not saying that we're campaigning, but yes, indeed, they are campaigning. All of them. Where is Joseph Boakai? Where is George Weah? I think George Weah is not ready to be president anymore. And I also believe Joseph Boakai is now fit, physically fit, mentally fit to go and engage the Liberian people. That's why they put him under their 100% control. He doesn't speak to anybody. He doesn't send text message to anybody. He doesn't call anybody. He does not avail himself to talk to anybody in the media but himself or all together, or even appear in radio station. Comey's been going to radio station to radio station. Why is it Boakai not doing that? He's running for president. I mean, they try to treat the man as if to say, okay, the man is someone a king, and the man finna win the election. You think the brown people stupid? No. Let the man go and campaign. Let the man go to radio station, not the surrogates. Not the handlers. People who are there ready to overshadow the old man and control the country and exploit our resources. They are not the one I'm talking about. The man himself who's running for president. That's the concern I have with George Weah. George Weah not serious for run for president. George Weah, everybody been complaining that George Weah called up speech from the Liberian people. What about Joseph Boakai? You wouldn't know how to put your mouth on George Weah? Or George Weah the only problem for Liberia? But you have your own problem. You don't want anybody to talk about it. The truth of the matter, Steve, is that I'm seriously concerned. They can't come out to tell the people that whatever the people say that lie. They can't come out to tell the people to say, you know what, Joseph Boakai is well, but in fact, Joseph Boakai not going to America for any open heart surgery. They wouldn't tell you, oh, you got a medical record. You not got a medical record. Oh, you're talking about the mental health. Oh, you will die one day. Bunch of ignoramus. You can't make those kind of argument in any intellectual cycle. People are not stupid. And this time around, this is a different election, Steve. As I speak to you, what I'm looking at here, for example, on our major screen, we have about 1,500 people, 1,504. And what I can see here, whatever you're looking at on Facebook, I don't know about that, but we're looking at the generic, the whole number, the generic number of what we put out on right now. Okay, just turn to 15 and 10. All these people, they get family, they get friends that they talk to, and there are other people that will watch the show after. People are listening, people are following, and people understand the truth when you speak it. So what I'm trying to say here is that if Joseph R. Biden, health can be a matter, age can be discussed, and people are even trying to, somebody said something the day before yesterday about Joe Biden. But the fact that Joe Biden failed, he said that would change the narrative of the campaign. If they are praying that it shouldn't happen again, just the man slip and fall down. They're not any kind of thing that happened to the man to say the man going for surgery. The man just slip and fall down. Let me just put it all up, bro. Let me just fall down on the floor. But people are concerned. They say the man too old to be president. Democrats are concerned and saying that actually somebody should be ready, whether it's Kamala Harris or any other Democrat, should be ready just in case if Joe Biden's health or age take the center stage of the election, they will replace him with another Democrat because they don't want to lose, because they know for the fact that Joe Biden health, age matter. This guy who is a senator of Pennsylvania, the senator of Pennsylvania, I forgot his name, but it will come to my mind, I will say it. In the heat of the campaign, the man got stroke. The man got stroke. They tried to work on him. But because the Democrat then, they were too much in Pennsylvania, there are more Democrat and independent in Pennsylvania, they voted for the man despite his health issue. But even on the debate stage, the man could not even, the man could not even speak directly or correctly to the issue. His thought process was impaired. He could not even talk properly. I think they didn't mean John Fetterman. Thank you, Gary. John Fetterman. The man name slipped my mind. So John Fetterman, he was elected, but he's not functioning properly. He's not functioning at all in the first place. The man can't even think straight. The man, after that problem, the guy started learning how to talk. He started learning how to walk. But people have serious problem with it. It was discussed. Everything happening to that man is on the media. Social media, print media, everywhere. Then in Liberia, when you talk about Joseph Barker, he's now, well, the man personal life. That's no damn personal life. If you are a public figure, you have no personal life. Your life is public matter, and it will be discussed. And people will not buy pick in bed. If Jowia want to remain or not, you want to remain behind the scene, that means Jowia is not ready to be president. If Barker is not going to be going to radio station and talk directly to the Liberian people and ask and answer tough questions and show a man of faith in himself and his mental state and his decision-making process. If Joseph Barker cannot do that, then nobody should vote for him, because why? He's not well. That means you are voting for Joseph Barker, but somebody else is going to be making decision. Then who are you voting for? You don't even know who you're voting for. So, Steve, it is concerning that both Joseph Boakai and George Weah are staying away from the public. They are afraid to come to the public to talk to the people. Joseph Weah, we know by a fact that Joe Weah lacked the intellect, lacked the understanding of politics. He's confused. Just recently, I saw a video of him in a park. He said he didn't want to, he's not a politician. Those people that just brought me, they wanted to get what they want. They brought him. And those that brought him are the ones that eating the country, they're the ones that are exploiting the country. Joe Weah said, he never wanted to be president. He said they brought me. See, they brought him into politics because they what they wanted for themselves. Joe Weah said that. So we know that Joe Weah does not have the intellect. Joe Weah is inept, and Joe Weah is incompetent to be president. He's a good human being. He's a good football player. He interacts with people under normal circumstances. When it comes to leadership, he's yet to show any form of leadership. He's controlled by people. He's corrupt because he allowed his common official to engage in corruption, and he gets his share of it. So he's corrupt. So in short, Jawia may be because he's not competent to be president. He does not have the intellect, the technical know-how to be president. He does not understand administration. Since McGill left, Jawia's political life was deflected. McGill was the life for Jawia politically. Samuel Toja got big mouth. He's as confused as George Weah. That's why every decision they are making is not taking the country anywhere. McGill is corrupt. McGill is evil. McGill is a rebel. That's what killed McGill. McGill is a rebel, big rebel too. Yeah, McGill is a rebel. McGill control those old former fighters. He paid them. He sent them out to do the dirty thing for them. And also McGill was the one running the government for George Weah. Whether George Weah present and absent are the same thing if McGill were in the government. But since McGill left, all the other guys then who are eating red lobsters and all the other people that don't want to enjoy, enjoying themselves, they don't even know what's going on. They don't know what time it is. They have no idea. So Steve, in short, George Weah, that one we understand it. Even people in his government, they have decided that they're not going to vote for him. Most of them. That's why you can't see the CDC that you used to see. But what about Joseph Jima Boakai? We are saying we understand the fact that Joseph Boakai is not well. That Joseph Boakai, he is not physically fit, mentally fit to be president at this time because of his age and health condition. Maybe if he eradicated the age aspect of it, what about his health? Steve, everybody know, even your foot start hurting you. If you have serious pain with your legs, your mental state is impaired. You got problem with your decision making. You can't even think straight. We are not saying anything to disrespect the old man, but we as human beings, that's who we are. If you are sick in any part of your body that is sick, and you are going so, even when you have certain sickness, they tell you that can kill people easily. That thinking alone, you can't even think correctly. Back in Africa, when HIV came, when HIV was discovered, everybody, when they say the person got AIDS, it was like, death sentence. When they say the person is sick, the person got AIDS. Even if that person not got AIDS, the person will be thinking they get drowned and they die from thinking alone. That's what sickness can do to people. Coronavirus. When coronavirus came, when people, when they tell people they say you got corona, some people will be thinking until they die. They got mental stress. They die just for thinking because they feel that coronavirus. When you get coronavirus, that means you get a death certificate. You're going to die. That's how sickness can treat people. Some of us that contracted the corona, some of us that got ill from coronavirus, before we came out to tell the public that we had it, a lot of people were even afraid to tell people they had corona because they were scared. When they tell you say you got corona, then you feel that you can't die. We are all human beings. Nobody is promised tomorrow that you're going to see tomorrow. You don't have to get sick to die. Anybody can die anytime. But guess what? Somebody who can go to the hospital because they are so sick, the expectation of that person is different from the person who is walking. Nothing happened to them. Let's say if somebody in our families, all of us, African family or any family, especially in our family, even white people, when a mother got old, they take that mother to nursing home or group home or whatever home. Some of them living in the, I don't know, they call it live in, whatever they call it, the assistant living, live in. All the people that are there, when they announce that one of them died, it can be as surprising to people as those, their son or their children that are walking the street, fit, physically going to the gym and everything. When one of them died, they said, oh, wow. What a surprise. People got shocked. Like Prince Justice said, you can't know something and then go put your head inside. When Prince Justice said, I can understand if the man was already president, he got sick, then I can understand. But the man is not well. They just say, even the man laying down in the mortuary, you'll vote for him. Even the man laying down in casket, you'll vote for him. Even the man in the wheelchair, you'll vote for him. Even the man got open heart surgery, you'll vote for him. That means you're not voting for the man. You're either telling the whole world that you are stupid or you are evil. Plain and simple. If you say anybody making those kind of statements, even the man this one will vote for him, even it means that you are stupid. First of all, some of you making people, you are angry, you are telling certain people that, oh, because Sekou is saying X, Y, and Z to this person, because of Sekou, no matter what happened, I will gamble the future of my country, but I just want to defy what Sekou is saying. Or because Steve Bammoff or this person, Steve Bammoff the man, and because of that, no matter what happened, even the man in the mortuary, I'll vote for the man. That means you're not voting for the man. You are voting for the man because you're stupid. Because you know what? You are lying somebody else decision or somebody else's action to determine your decision. Me, I look at things from an honest point of view. If I know something is now good, even if my opponent talk about it or not, I will look at it. If it's not good, it's not good. Because you're talking about it, that can spoil anything. If it's not good, it's not good. If it's bad, it's bad. But because you hate, let me tell you something, Steve. People that came to say, you kill my mom, you kill my pa, I'll vote for you. They not say it because they're really happy that Chatila killed their mom and their pa. That was not the reason. They said it because, you know what? People like Elijah Commander were getting close to a presidency. Elijah Commander came third. They say, what? Maningo Memo be president? Then we prefer that all of them die. You came my man, you came my pa. They're trying to say that to get under the skin of other people because they don't want to see those people that becoming president. So for them, it's not about the country. It's not about, the country being changed. It's not about anything good coming to the country. But because they're stupid, they don't want to hurt other people, to gamble the future of the country because they want to satisfy their anger. They want to make sure they make somebody mad. Same thing. Even the point I can be singing song, you know, boy, you don't know, boy. They didn't say it. They're not saying it. That's what they meant. But because they're angry at other people, they want to make other people vex. They will go and talk stupidness and call and then that will sink into the people's mind. You know, boy, you don't know, boy, will vote for you, and not because they most of them going to school. Most of them sending their children into school. They like both people. They like their children to learn. But because they are angry, they want to make other people angry because they don't want to see certain people in certain position, and they care less about what that person brings to the table. So, in short, most Liberians who are making those statements, you came mama, you came my power, you sick, you not sick, you this or you that, I will vote for you. All the people that are making those statements, they are saying it because one, they are evil. Two, most of them are stupid. They don't know what they are talking about, and they care less about the country. All they care about because they want to get certain people mad. I listened to Abli today when you were there. I listened to one guy saying, "Oh, even you still maybe you right now, maybe you say you don't even get a voting card, and you want kind again to counter our country." He said he's 48 years old or 46, but he's talking that kind of thing. It means that man is not only stupid, but that man being brainwashed to believe that everybody that in America, they are bad people. When they everybody in America, they purpose the joke, you go to Liberia and go run, be government official and steal from the government and steal from the Liberian people. Even all of us are talking. They think that all of them go to Liberia to go and run and work in government. That's what they think. That the mindset, they kind of brainwash the people. So all the people that are making no kind of argument and they either stupid, they are being brainwashed, or they are evil, they only looking at their personal interests, they want to settle score with certain people. That's why they do that. So in short, Joseph Boakai, George Weah, I don't think they want to run for anything. If Joseph Boakai was ready to be president, he will come to the public. He will appear in radio station. He will go to talk shows. Even their own talk show then that they say the man that right, you know what? They're planning to bring the man on 2 stations. I don't know, reload it or upload it. What do you call it? The other one, what they don't get. Someone have loaded, whatever that is. And instead of show. But they are trying to work on the Omer. I'm telling you the information that I got, and it's authentic 100%. Because we have talked about this over and over, where Joseph Boakai was trying to bring the man. But they're trying to bring the man, trying to tell the man what to say, what not to say. They're working on the questioning, how you will answer the question and everything. But yet, how long the man going to be on the show? You remember, during the CPP first Zoom conference, the man slept. Even during the first time when Costa interviewed the man, Costa, by the time Costa take more than 2 minutes to say something, the baby slept. So they're trying to work on all of those things. They might inject maybe more steroid into the old man just to bring him on the show, Steve. How evil can these people be? Anyway, Steve, I will go back to you, but I'm disappointed for the fact that both Weah and Joseph Boakai, they are not coming. They are not coming to the Liberian people and talk to the media, appear on these shows. Commies, let's give it to him. Tiawan Gonglo, let's give it to him. Clarence Monuba, and among all the 3 people that I just mentioned, who got the edge? It's commies. You can call me communist supporter, you can call me ANC, whatever, their business. Me, I can just tell the truth. I can just tell the truth to you. Even if it hurt you, they're your business. I don't care. Joseph Boakai, his action, George Weah, his action is showing that they are not ready to be president. And Joseph Boakai, for him, his health is his problem. And his people knows it. They know very well that Joseph Boakai is not fit to even face or bet anybody. Even if you get them $1 million each, let it allow Joseph Boakai to come to SKTV to have a conversation like commies can do. Let Joseph Boakai come. We will promise that we will never disrespect him. We will never even mention his health. We will just talk about policy. We will just talk about his sense of reasoning, understanding politics, the decision making. Let Joseph Boakai come here. I bet you, even if you get them $1 million each, all of them in the end of their money, they will never allow Joseph Boakai to come here. Because they know, you know why? They know that Joseph Boakai is not mentally fit, he's not physically fit. They know if Joseph Boakai can have some caution with Gary Measure, the man will even collapse. Because the man have no answer. This is simple. You know the man is not well. You know the man is sick. You know the man got age against him. We try to force them on the Liberian people because of your selfish ego. When I hear one Oma, I saw the Oma right, she's old as she is. She wrote, she said, Mr. Pacemaker, we will love you, yeah? Who cares? Who does that? Looking at the Oma calling the man Mr. Pacemaker, we want you, because she want to make other people mad. Prince Johnson said, even the man is in the mortuary, we will vote for him. It means that they don't like the man, but they can use the man to get anything out of the man. These people are wicked-minded people. I'm saying it and I mean it. They are wicked. They don't love the country. That's what some of them will say, you know what, Sekou, the whole thing here, and you know, Cummings is the best person for the country, but let me wait for a time. There you go. Wait for a time? Steve, yeah, man. I tell you, man.
So, Mr. Cannon, the thing about it is, this is, in as much that this is frustrating and troubling, but we ourselves, and the thing about it, they know the truth. They do. It's not hating. They know the truth. They know that some of these.
Let me ask you, then you continue talking. Why is it that Joey is afraid to go to any other media to have a conversation? Why is it that Judah Boakai people will not allow Boakai to go to any other media to have a conversation? Why?
Well, the only reason is because they understand that, first of all, Joseph Boakai needs to be coerced. He needs to be coached. He needs to be prepped behind closed door, and they need to give him talking points that he can stick on. And the interesting part about it also, Mr. Kane, is they need to go to places that will be in line with questions that they wanted to ask him. So everything is staged behind closed doors. Let me tell you something today. You know, when we first started to work with Alexander Cummings to interview him and pressurize him and work with other political candidates or party, whether it's the Dillon, whoever it is, I will give them credit though, whether it's Dillon or it's Yombly or anybody else. None of them ever had the audacity before to tell us, oh, where to do they want, where to do that one, or do they want. The only person that ever tried one time, I remember when the very first interview when we set it up, some of Cummings people reach out to us, oh, these are the questions we would like for you to ask Mr. Cummings, and these are the, we told them, we said, no, we're not going to do that. We're not going to do that. That if that's the reason, Mr. Cummings shouldn't come. Because we don't want to stage anything. Somebody can sweet talk people here. They want to go somewhere else.
That was the very first time when he came on. You're right.
Yes. And then when they go somewhere else, then they say something different. And if you notice it, Mr. Kane, this is why Joseph Boakai has remained inconsistent. Whether it's on policies or other things, he will say one thing here today, tomorrow he goes somewhere and say another thing. He says something here today, tomorrow he go away. And part of the reasons why the George Weah or CDC or whatever it is, let me tell you today, I'm not going to sit down and go study question that somebody send me, then you send an answer, then they review it, then they come by and they say, oh, don't ask it one, don't do the one, don't do that one. No, I'm not going to wait. We will do the necessary research so that we can ask you questions on here. Like Mr. Kane said, it is open to Joseph Yuma Boakai. He is welcome. If he wants to come, they can go and prep him all they want to prep him. Let him come. They will ask him questions. As a matter of fact, we're not disrespectful to our guests. This is not a disrespectful platform. But the only reason why they will not do that is because they're not authentic. They're not. Because if you have nothing to hide, you don't be hiding yourself. You don't hide yourself from people.
But Steve, it make them count on the platform that they consider as unfriendly platform. What about the other platform that the man is friendly on? They be praising him for him every day. Why don't he just go there without being coerced, without being coached, or without being staged? Then you just go there and let it make it open to the public. Let the people call, let the country people them call and ask them a question.
No, they can't do that, Mr. Cannon. The risk exposing him. What are you talking about? Joseph Boakai said something like that, so we say they put the whole campaign in disarray. Mr. Cannon, you think that thing a small thing, eh? All these guys, the entire livelihood is banged on this. Even CDC. I'll be honest. CDC has refused to send certain people. Even George Weah. They have all refused to come. And the reason they're refusing to come It's because they know that they will be. Who told you they don't follow? As we speak now, they're following. All of them, whether they click on it, whether they watch it from distance, they are following on fake memes and all other things. They're following, and that's okay. Again, like you said, I will give credit to Senator Dallas Dillon. I've never heard him one day text or call me behind closed door or Senator Yomli Kangalora or you to say, oh, you don't ask the other question. You ask a question. Or people from it. No, it has never happened. The same thing will come from the time they tried out once to try it, we shut it down. We're not going to do that. Mr. Cummings comes on here, we ask him all the questions we're supposed to ask him. So, I mean.
Yeah. So, in short, I'm concerned about George Weah. If you're a Joe Weah person, Joe Weah does not have to come to SKTV. Let him avail himself to all the platforms that they think they are friendly to them. Let them be open to take questions from the Liberian people. I'm not talking about journalists now, just common people, ordinary people. People who got problem with the shipment when they go to Liberia, how the people can be taking their money from them for free. People that got problem with their children not going to school because of poverty. People that got problem that they don't have safe drinking water. People that got problem that they don't even have electricity. People that got problem with him directly, the president is not talking. Let the common people call and ask the man. Let the man respond to them. Same thing with Joseph Boakai. I mean, this thing here is very clear. Clear and simple. Joseph Boakai can go to radio station freely and openly to answer questions and take questions from the Liberian people. It means that Joseph Boakai is not faith, and his people trying to hide him. They want you to buy pick in the bag. That's exactly what they're trying to do. And that has been dishonest. It's been disingenuous. And it is hard level hypocrisy. You're out there talking to people, oh, that person said this, that person said that. What is your person saying? Nothing? Oh, come and say this, come and say that. What about your person? Tiawan Gonglo said this, Tiawan Gonglo said that. What about your Kennedy? What are they saying? Nothing? But you want people to vote for them? Because you come and run your mouth for them? At least, let's give it to Cummings, man. Every time, let me tell you this, every time Cummings comes on this platform and other networks, he wins people. He wins support. Every day he will appear. And that will be to the advantage of any candidate. But that can only happen, though, if you know what you're talking about. If your thought process are coherent. If you can really, really articulate the subject matter. If you understand exactly what you're going to do. But if you're going to be told what to say, how to say it, you'll be afraid. Imagine when Joseph Boakai had up the infamous chit chat or whatever they call it with Costa. Costa will even helping him. Costa will throw the question and then he will help the man. He will preempt the answer, helping the man. But yet instead, he dropped the ball so many times. In that interview, that's when Joseph Boakai, in his attempt to tell the Liberian boy that he's now corrupt, the man said, I want to get my one horse that I've been living in for 40 years or 50 years. In fact, I take loan for my upkeeping from banks. Because they told the old man, oh, you know what? All we prove to the people then that you got nothing. You yourself as vice president, you didn't get no money, you didn't take no money from nobody, you never stole the Liberian people money. So because of that, you get nothing. You poor, you broke. That's what they told him to come and say. Forgetting to know that every single statement from a political figure, especially someone who is running to be president, people will dig deeper. People treat every statement from you with high-level consideration. They listen to everything you say. When just about guys say, I got only one horse. Somebody who was taking 2 million plus a year budget. It doesn't mean you should not have self-development. You may not develop yourself or improve your life, improve your family. You are working for the money. You don't have to steal to improve yourself. Taking $2 million plus a year for 12 years. Then you say, I want to get my old house I'm living in for. No. Oh, you know, again, I'm taking loan from bank for my upkeeping. You're telling people, say you're not responsible enough. That's what you're telling people. But then they were happy for it until when they saw the backlash from the public. Say, but what are you all talking about? How can you be a vice president taking $2 million plus a year? Then you say you're taking loan for your upkeeping? So in short, the people who are supporting Joseph Boakai, you need to stop deceiving the Liberian people. If you know Joseph Boakai is sick, say it. And stand by it. Say, you know what? We know the woman is sick. The woman is not well, but we still like him. Let people vote based on truth, on facts. We can't continue to deceive. The fact that you are even deceiving the Liberian people, even you are not elected yet, that's the problem. Steve, let me ask you this. I don't know whether you're going to take calls or not, but I want you to answer this question before you do anything else, please. People who are saying that we are wishing death of somebody, and the thing that they are saying, even the man in the mortuary, even the man in the hospital will still vote for him. Who's actually wishing for the man death? We are saying they should stop using the old man, abusing the old man, let the man focus on his health. And we don't care about him, or people who are saying that the man should not even go through his medical process. Let the man stay down there because they want to use the old man to get to power. So who really wishing for the man death?
Well, first of all, they're admitting, confirming that the man is not only ill, but the fact that they are even saying death, because we have said he is ill, and we're stuck with that. And that is a fact, because it is the fact. We've not talked about the issue of death. The fact that they've extended it to death means that they know the gravity of the illness. Not only that he's ill, but they're going further to say, we know that anything can happen to him at any time, whether it's death or whatever not. But here is what's interesting. They get mad when you point out what they agree with us on. We've all agreed that the man is sick. We've all agreed to it because they themselves have agreed. But then what they don't want is they don't want us to discuss it. But guess what? It must be discussed. It has to be. It's not hate. It's not talking about somebody's illness or wishing it anybody. It's just the fact of the matter. You just said Joe Biden fell down a day or two ago. That not true? That mean you hate Joe Biden? That mean you wishing him bad? That mean you get problem with Joe Biden? No. It's just the fact of the matter. So the facts are the facts. But here's another thing, Mr. Cannon. To tell you how deceptive these people are, how they don't care about even the Joseph Yuma Boakai, and I will even go to the extent to say, maybe some family members of Joseph Yuma Boakai too don't care about him. That they will allow this man who said to the world that because of the campaign and the politics and the governance, that what led to me going to this thing. But this man is still being encouraged to go into the same thing that made him to get a condition that he got into. And the families are sitting around, and these people are encouraging him. What that says to you, Mr. Kane? Let's forget about the politics. Let's forget about politics. Because nobody's trying to use this as political tool or whatever it is.
But it has nothing to anybody's politics.
Exactly. What we are saying in essence is to open the conversation to who really cares about Joseph Yuma Boakai.
Yeah.
That is the essence of this conversation.
Mm-hmm.
Because, okay, if you truly want for him to be your political leader, and Mr. Kane, just an update. I forgot to say this. Just an update. Currently, there are conversations. They have even gone to the extent, because they see the steroid is working, they have gone, it's working to some extent, but they don't know the detriment. They don't know the detrimental part of it. They have gone,
temporarily.
They have gone to the extent now. You know what? You know what extent they've gone to?
Mm-mm.
To cancel and postpone Joseph Yuma Boaka's strip that is due to come for this surgery. And you know what? Only to keep him there to go for the election. And guess what? After the election, then they say he can take a leave of absence and go. Just think about that. Imagine that. This is as of this morning, this is the latest information I got.
But you know, we said it here before. We talked about it here before that Joseph Boakai was supposed to travel in March. They told the man to stay on until the election is over. The man told them that he had to go because the statesman, they told him that that battery has to be replaced. He said that 6 months falls in June. So now we are in June. But now they still forcing him because they're injecting the steroid into him. They want the woman to stay there. But for me, if Joseph Boakai and his family agree to that, that's on them. But what I want, if Joseph Boakai wants to run for president, let him be available like all the other people there. Let him be available to go to radio station. Let him be available to go to the Liberian people and speak to them. Let him be available to come all the social media platforms, or the major platforms at least. Let the Liberian people talk to him. That's what I'm asking for. If the man want to gamble his life and his health to satisfy a certain group of people, or maybe some of the family people want him to do it because they want to be the first family, that's fine. That's up to them. But let him be available to the Liberian people, Steve. That's my concern.
And then it's also just before you take the first call, I got a first caller here. Just before I take the first call here, it's also fair that if he makes himself available to be used or to be seen as a political person, then it's a fair game if we question his health. It's a fair game. There's nothing wrong with it. The same thing can be applied to President George Weah. We have questioned President George Weah's inability to be able to lead, that he's inept, that he's corrupt, as evidenced by he enabling corruption and doing nothing about it, these corrupt officials. So these are fair games. And the same thing would apply to Alexander Cummings if he were found in any of these situations. These things, we need to, if you make yourself available amidst everything that is going on. Now, I think one of the questions I should be asked now is, how much Joseph Yuma Boakai owes in loan? Is he still taking loans? Where are we now? How does he intend to repay these loans? Is it with the Liberian people money? How long? All these different questions need to pile up to provide clarity and context, because you can't come to the presidency and use the people resources for your personal loans that you've acquired. So all of these things, and we question President George Weah when he came to power. Where did he get the money to build those condominiums? Now, the fact that Joseph Yuma Boakai has not come to power, we need to start questioning how he will repay these loans. We need to do that. It's a fair game. These are fair questions. It's not a hate. And the same would apply to any presidential candidate or anyone else. But anyways, Mr. Kane, I got a first caller here if you don't mind. Yes, caller, what's your name? Where you calling from, please?
Man, this Brazilian man always first call on the line.
My man want on the show. You don't show it. My man, what birthday that we will get the best birth month in the entire year.
My against June 7th. I think you were June 10th.
No, my man, we June 11. Me and you. What?
Oh, we're same day. Oh, I forgot.
My man, you want to change the course of history yet?
I thought you were June 10th, like Emery.
No, my man. I mean, we don't know that. You know the things about it. People then jealous because their birthday didn't come before.
Why all the troublemaker then fall in June?
No, let me tell you something. Mr. Canada. We said earlier before you could come on the show. You know all the other.
I'm just asking, why all the troublemaker then?
No, these are good people.
Guess what? Beverly Pajibo too is a Gemini.
Oh my God! Your phone answer. So troublemaker then in June. I give up, sir. I'm going to say happy birthday to you because so troublemaker in June. Yeah, man. At least we the April people then we're good. Oh.
Anyways, what happened, man?
Your caller.
You know, I've been finding the discussion in Sekuja lady premise about this fairness in politics and the question. You see, when you are contesting for the presidency, you're talking about close to 5 million people. And all these questions, they are fair questions in politics, your health, your cognitive strength, your ability to process information. People look at all these things because you are not going to be president for your tribe of people, for your party. You're going to be president for the whole country. But unfortunately, the way I'm seeing this election, I mean, like people like Cummings and the Tewan Gonglo of the world, they will be swimming against ocean current because our people themselves, like I keep saying, they are not ready to make that astronomical leap when it comes to making decisions for that country. It's like the Stockholm syndrome, you know. You are the guy that studied psychology and human science.
You got a water in the sunny? I don't know what you took my water from.
Who exactly in Liberia, who is best suited for that job? They just now have the strength, mentally and psychologically, to make that decision. That's where the problem is. You look at Joseph Boga, you see, that's how they created it, maybe for Georgia, that we had a country I had. He came from a poor background. He got connection. Since when soccer and politics, you can talk about connection. Even if Georgia had connection, in Georgia can really know other soccer players. Soccer players are not venture capitalists. They don't come to invest into countries. They don't bring businesses to your country. If you are friendly with Draba or Ito or Paulo Mandini, how can that be a help to Liberia? But guess what? They will create a narrative that fit their own personal belief in the name of making a case. That's how you look at our men that play for less than 14 million in a work career before taxes, and they told you that you are worth more than $80 million. I tell people, like, how can this guy be worth more than $80 million? If you follow the game, right? In 1997, in 1997, the first biggest transfer in history was Ronaldo, the original Brazilian mom, from Barcelona to Inter Milan. At that time, they were only 17 million. That was the biggest transfer in world football history. And you are telling me a Georgia who was unpaid was worth 85 million. That was a lie. They knew it was a lie, but guess what? They had to create that narrative just to fit their own belief. It's the same thing you see happening with the Joseph Boga people. These people, they are desperate. They will do anything for power. They know that Joseph Boga, I don't want to wish death upon a woman because you cannot predict it. Sometimes young people die for older people. But the fact of the matter is, we're talking about the risk assessment analysis here. If Joseph Boga becomes president, I tell people, in this case, the way I'm looking at this election, you might likely end up with Georgia again, or worst case scenario, Jeremiah Krum. And that's where we are gravitating towards, because that's exactly what is going to happen. Even in a worst case scenario that Joseph Boga wins, you will have a Jeremiah Krum. And these guys, like you said, whether they give him steroid, whether he's physically or mentally fit, all they want is to get back to power. And like Moses always said, these guys giving the second chance to power, it will be worse than what Georgia is doing now, because they will be coming with that honor, with that vengeance. They're coming to loot, and that's why this is horrible. Because anyone that will put the interest of Liberia first, they won't consider Georgia or Joseph Boga. They will start looking for different alternatives. But unfortunately, our people are just not ready for that call. It just seems like that. They will do anything and everything. Like I saw one guy we call him Joe Manjala. He was talking about Joe Biden. I think he said Joe Biden bought his hair. Joe Biden bought his hair when he was walking out of Marine One helicopter, and he fell in front of the crowd. I got put a link on his comment. I said, is this why you got bumping your head? You are talking about the life of millions of people, but somehow you are so pre-obsessed with your, whether it's about job, whether it's about getting back to power, whether it's about unity party coming back to government. It's all they are concerned about. You are not looking in the best interest of the country. All you want is your personal interest. And we will suffer this for a very long time with this kind of a mentality, because I tell people the only way you can make progress in life is to make a change. And if you cannot embrace change, then forget it. You are not going anywhere. That's just normal thing. It's just normal thing in life. That's my 1 or 2 cents, brother. It's silent life, but we'll keep talking. We won't give up until the election ends. We'll do it every day. I will become your camera as often as possible. Anytime there is a slot open, I will find time to check me as usual. Thanks for the time, guys.
Thanks, bro. Thank you. Well, Mr. Kane, I'll leave it up to you. I send you a message, so I send you a message to check. I'll leave it up to you.
McDonald Nyako, calling from Minnesota. How are you? It's been a minute.
It's been a long time, yeah. I've been a connoisseur observing what's going on. But I want to give my contribution, brother.
Go ahead.
We have JMB. He's the president. He's our president candidate for the UP and Jamaica. The running mate. Just in case. I don't know if they had out in the constitution, I don't know. But I think maybe JMB there, when you got to talk about he said he may die anytime. But what was saying, he got his master, he got running mate, he will take over. Besides, although we are past the stage already, but you can have all that mind, you can determine to one life, how long you will live. People are told you, some of them are coming to be the running mate. So when you down for the whole region, they take over. But you complain me, you just try to say a candidate with the comments. But our brother is pretty say how he showed up. When he even down will vote for him, you don't really mean when he down will vote for him. You're just trying to say certain things. Okay? But for now, as far as we are concerned, JMB going as president, if he does along the road, fine. Jamaica will take over. Now he get ready, if I really made.
All right, my brother, thank you.
You're taking the talk about JMB, you're going to sell me the comments. You already have me the comment, but trust me, under no condition, comment can be at this time.
Okay. Oh yeah. So you two, you go, right? Thank you so much. Yeah, my brother. Thank. Let me. Okay. Hold on 1 second. Hold on. I want you to be here so I can say this to you. Okay.
Yeah.
Then maybe you can respond.
Why?
You are one of the best people, one of the best communities. Baka supporter I've ever heard. You just said whether or not Walker is well, Walker is not well, but the fact that he get his vice president, anything happen to him down the line, even if before the election, Jeremiah Kum will take over. Correct? Is that what you say? Okay. And what's wrong with you, man? And so now, I agree with you. That's what we have been saying. Based on the health condition of Joseph Nima Boakai, that we all know, everybody knows. It means that when you are voting in the election, put it at the back of your mind, you are voting for Jeremiah Kun if you're voting for the party. That is plain and simple.
I disagree.
So yes, I agree with you that I don't let people, when talking people be talking over me. I don't like that. That's why I can be listening, I can be quiet. Even though I'm running the show, but I like to be quiet and listen to you. But if I'm talking, you keep interrupting, I will cut you off. Call us 705 number, last 4 digit 5074.
Hi, Suko, it's Sandy.
Hey, Sandy, how are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm doing good.
I love your show.
Thank you.
It's very addictive.
Very addictive? Thank you. Thank you.
I love Steve. I love the way he talks. You guys talk very well. You speak very well.
Oh, thank you.
Okay, so I was watching a while ago about Joe Biden, and did you see when he fell?
Yeah, I did. I saw him.
It's gone viral.
Yeah.
And the man is 83.
Okay.
He's in his 80s. So you were telling me about Brockeye, and how old is Brockeye again?
Brockeye is 83.
Same age?
Same age.
You know what?
Yeah.
Like, I don't know what it is about African people. They are the strongest people.
Mm-hmm.
They're strong, they're smart, they're intelligent, and they know better. They probably know better than we know.
So.
But like, I think like I'm in Canada, and we have a prime minister here. I don't know if you know about him, and his name is Justin Trudeau.
Yeah, I know.
You know about him?
Yeah.
Oh, you know about him?
Mm-hmm.
Everybody hates him here.
Okay.
Everybody hates him. Everybody calls him names. I don't call him names. I don't call anybody names. I don't like calling people names. You don't call people names. And you know what? Ever since the pandemic, I don't know if Africa went through the pandemic. Did you go through the pandemic?
Yes.
We went through the pandemic. Ever since we've been going through the pandemic, it's been nothing but chaos.
Okay.
And ever since the pandemic, 2020, it's been nothing but chaos around the world. And you know what the world needs now is peace.
All right. Thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you, Sandy. So
peace is hard.
Mm-hmm.
Peace is hard. War is easy.
All right.
That's what I'm just saying. That's all I have to say.
Thank you. Thank you so much. So yes, folks, everybody can be calling the same number. I have two numbers here. 480-862. Hold on, let me write it down. 480-862-0783 or 480-401-2081. One of those numbers, call one of them. So somebody said, oh, so cool, stop misleading the people. Jesus Buckeye, they're not 83, that's him. If Joseph Buckeye was registered in the school where Charlie Bronski's mother went, Charlie Bronski 47, assuming that her mother was 20 that time, 47 plus 20, that's 67. How old was Joseph Buckeye that time? Assuming that 67, assuming that Joseph Buckeye was at least 23. 23 plus 67, how much there? And at 90, maybe Joseph Buckeye said, I don't know his own birthday. Because the time the Papidan were born, the hospital building were not all that. And most of our Papidan, they were not born in the hospital. They were born in the village. The Papidan, they opened the Papidan, could not even remember. They wouldn't used to tell the town the person was born, the town with the farm, they had the farm in the other period. The year they had the farm in the other period, in the other area. The Western education was not there. So some of them, the thing where most of your guys, your refugee age then, I seen in the Babylon get. He used to set, the birthday time. So imagine that Joseph Baga was 20, just that point 23. 23. Then Charlene Bronski's mother was maybe 20. Charlene Bronski now 47. 20 plus 47, that's 67. Plus Joe Parker 23, that's 90 right there. most of the people that time, it used to be different. So GNB age right now, maybe it will be around 89, 90. On the, if you're giving a lower number, maybe 90. But most of the people, they don't know their birthday. That's the honest truth. Yeah. A lot of people in Liberia, people that were privileged, that were born in Lanco, when the company name came later on, they were hospital in there, and then when they built most of the BB hospital, the only place in Liberia that have good hospital, big hospital, they were documenting everything, mostly like Monrovia area there. And then somewhere in the southeast, when they, when the Congo people then were around. But most of the Barbadians that were born in the villages there, they don't even know their own age. Same thing with like all the guys, refugee birthday there. Some of them guys resettlement birthday. As a matter of fact, I know a group of people, he finished, all of them were born January 1st. All of them, 0101. All of them, their birthday, the January 1st. Because why? They were all born in January 1st. And the reason why they were born in January 1st because they don't know the real age. Because they just born any kind of age, they just to come to America. Like January 1st, January 1st, January 1st, January 1st. Plenty on it. As a matter of fact, even someone there now want try to do some paperwork for some people there, whether it's buying ticket or something, I can just I can ask for their birth month, I can ask for their birthday because I January 1st. The only thing I can tell them to tell me just the year. Because of January 1st, January 1st, January 1st, January 1st. Because that's the only year they could remember. Because that's the easiest way. As a matter of fact, one of the managers for one of the companies that most of our Liberian people they used to work for, used to call it the January 1st bomb. You say, oh, he's Liberians, okay, you born January 1st, right? Yeah. All of them are January 1st. All of them. So Jolo Bagane, the time they were born, I don't know. I don't know what kind of age, but if you check Papa age, Google. Maybe it'll be around 90, or maybe a little over 90. A little bit over 90, I believe. Because yeah, you people say, I said you don't know the man's birthday. They may say don't know. So that we don't want to be responsible. That we don't want to be responsible. Me. Send you call me today. I'll tell her maybe like 83. She call me tomorrow, I will say like 89. Because we're all guessing right now. Maybe the next day I will say 90. And on a good day, I will say made at 79. Because we don't know. The men don't know. You don't know me, I don't know them. You won't believe me. I beg you, man. Let me take some calls, sir. I think Prince is here. Nobody know the man's birthday. Now I know. Caller, what is your name and where you calling from?
Yeah, Zego, how you doing?
I'm doing wonderful.
What's
your birthday?
My birthday,
January 1st? I don't want to know your birthday yet. I don't want to know your birthday yet. January 1st? Okay, go ahead.
Honestly, look, Joseph Barker can never tell anybody that he really knows when you were born and to provide any records. So that's why it's just a guessing thing. You look at Joseph Barker around here, all the people you were older than in high school. You used to hold their hand, go to high school with, all they're older than him. How can that be possible?
Yeah.
I mean, you're older than somebody in high school, then you're graduating college, then you're the older than you. Look at Ellen, for example. How can Ellen be older than Joseph Barker? Are you serious? Ellen cannot be older
than Joseph Barker older than Ellen.
Are you serious, right? You know how old Ellie now?
I don't know. How old is Ellie?
Look at Ellie age. Look at which year Ellie was.
How old is Ellie, my man? Tell me. Tell me what that will tell to.
Ellie was working for Tower. You know, you're working for Tower. Let's say if Ellie is 18, 19. You can tell me how that time you're working for Tower, you're 18 years old.
But who tell you say Joe Barker was not working? Joe Barker was working. Joe Barker was the one that.
If you come from 1974, when Ellie was working for Tower.
But Joe Barker were the one that brought the PRC into power. You don't know that?
The mayor was even mayor.
Yeah, Joe Barker was the mayor, and they the one brought the PRC.
They will call him Pastor Barker, maybe VP Barker. What they don't always refer to the military rank as Mayor Barker. The mayor was mayor. But you know, here's the thing on a serious note. Listen. Joseph Barker came now is telling the people for the debate, the presidential debate, that it will be that will last for 2 or 3 hours. That the people everybody might be seated. We know what Joseph Barker will participate in the debate, but all the candidates are seated. Okay. What happened? Joseph Barker can stay for 1 or 2 or 3 hours to have a debate. Everybody might be seated. Why all candidates say, "No, man, I don't want to be seated."
No, nobody's sitting now. Nobody's sitting now. Everybody's gonna be standing up for 3 hours. Everybody will stand up. No sitting now.
For example, coming short, like putting sit. That's it. So coming say you want to stay. So Joseph Barker say you want to be seated. But yeah, and then finally now, the honest thing here is that Joseph Boaga has to, first of all, tell the Liberian people, show to us in detail what the arrest mean and what they plan for the arrest and how you gonna go about arresting the arrest. Because the first time you read, you go hour. Today's day, you can't find anywhere on any website or any document to show what the hour mean and how it was gonna be. You will say rule. Okay, rule. So the woman has to come up. The camera has to come up. Cummings has articulated the vision for Liberia. He told us how he's gonna go about it. He showed us the way. For example, one of the Cummings' signature plan I can't wait for, because this thing make it now to today, tomorrow. Today we can't even do business. We can't compete with a lot of people in Liberia again anymore to ship things. You go to the Freeport, the amount of, bureaucracy, the speeding, everything. You ship a container. You ship one single car that worth $5,000. You go to Liberia, want $10,000 in taxes for the car you bought $5,000. But Cummings said that one of the things he would do at the Freeport, he will do an assessment and see what would be a complete flat tax. For example, if you say $5,000 for a container, you can put anything you want to put in that container. You can put a rack set. You can put a gold set. A car will be $5,000. You go, you pay a receipt. Get a flat receipt. You clear a container. No, how about this glass here? Oh, the glass is expensive. You pay $10 in taxes. Because I think we are there doing now. They charge you for everything in the container. So I can't wait for Cummings to come to the minister of government and also makes it easy for us to compete. I want to be shipping things to Liberia, but the shipment and the other thing is just too much. So let Joseph Boaga come out and tell us the detail about the arrest, what the arrest means. I learned that the audio another hour there said, well, I know what hour for, but then you come and tell us in detail. We want to know. And people always saying that, you're sure you're killing you forgot about Joseph Boaga. Look, Joseph Boaga ain't running for president for 4 years. No. He ran for president for Liberia. If he ran for president for Liberia, we have the right to ask him to tell us what he's going to do for us. So we have the right to critique him.
Thank you, my man.
With regard to the health condition of Joseph Boaga, nobody went and dig Joseph Boaga and took his health record and brought it to public. Joseph Boaga told us that the election, 2017 election gave him a heart problem, and that heart problem made him want to get pacemaker. So Joseph Boaga need to update us on the condition now because election coming on again. What will happen with him now when he had to go campaign, Cape Man, Buffalo, all the place, Grand Bassa, the travel on the road and see what will happen to him? So that's what we want to know. This is a fair question. It's not insult.
Thank you.
People, but that's the truth. That's Liberia. That's it. Welcome to the new politics. Thank you very much.
Thank you. So hold on 1 second. Let's get this caller here. 780 number. Last 4 digit is 5053. What is your name and where are you calling from?
Yeah, I'm Lawrence and I'm calling from Edmonton, Canada.
Yeah, I'm about to leave now. So, folks, if you can just call make your comment short of you or accommodate a few more calls, please. Go ahead, my brother.
Yeah, thanks for the opportunity. I just want to assure the brother who called. Somebody called earlier. I think it was Sarah. And he's in the negative space and kind of giving up on the stuff. I'd like to tell Sarah, look, I'm getting good news from Grand Bassa County. And I'm in contact with people from both sides of the divide, including those who support the United Party. And I can say to you that the information that I'm getting is that Buchanan has fallen.
Grand Bassa has fallen?
Not Grand Bassa, I said Buchanan.
Buchanan has fallen to the CPP?
To the CPP.
Wow.
That's the news I'm getting. And I'm talking to people in the United Party themselves. Now, there's some resistance in the rural parts of Grand Bassa County. And the Jumbly is campaigning in villages. And so they are mobilizing forces to counter back. Well, the city itself, which has the majority of the population, has fallen. So this is good news. The message is resonating. This is just a few weeks after the convention. And the news is spreading. We have the momentum. The kind of Liberia that the Unity Party is trying to pink doesn't exist. Historically, it doesn't exist. It is nowhere. It's in a brain, it's in a mind, and trying to project its only population. But if you look at the historical facts, that tribal Liberia that it tries to portray, there's no historical basis for that. The most recent president, successful two-term president, is Ellen Johnson Sirleaf. She had no tribal base. Prior to that was Chancellor, 175% of the vote. He had no specific tribal base. George Weah did not campaign serving as a tribal politician, he had the support of Ellen Johnson Sirleaf. So don't be disappointed. Don't be carried away. That what they're trying to paint doesn't exist in a historical context of Liberia. It's never been there. It will not be there. It was rejected in 2017. What we have is popularity, which is clear. People vote based on how popular you are, right, and how connected you are with the people, but not necessarily the tribal connections. Otherwise, the Pele people will always be the president of Liberia. So don't be disappointed. Don't be carried away. It's propaganda. That's how it works. Don't agree to that. Most of us on the radio, on the TV, and social media, we are decided votes. We already know our side. We are crossing doors. Majority of Liberians are all decided. In the last few weeks of the elections, that's when the election will be won. So keep up the fight.
Thank you, brother. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much.
All right, folks. So, hold on. Before I go to the line here, to answer this question here, because I want to say something. So all of you that are here, nobody contributed $5 today to SKTV. $5. I will report you to Steve after the show. But let me go to the line here. 973 number 6494. Yes, this T. If you don't send $5 to all today, I will report you to Steve. No. I will report you to Steve. You T. Not everybody else. You and Prince. I will report you. Go ahead. The man said Buchanan has fallen to the CPP. He said because he's from there, and he said be talking to both people, the UP people, and they are telling him that Buchanan has actually fallen to the CPP, but there's still some resistance in the rural area where in Yumli they tell me yeah. Yeah.
To go to the village and tell them not to come to civilization. So we'll work on them. And not only that, the lady that called what they call Sandy, she Liberian, don't let her fool you. She just speak, serious because she been here longer. She playing game with you.
No. Nobody can play game with me. Let me tell you something. But let me tell you something. I don't think so. I think she's not Liberian. She is not a Liberian. She's not a Liberian. Let me tell you something. What's your name? Okay, I'm gonna say that your name K. When you tell me say your name is T, I believe you. I believe whatever you tell me. If somebody come here, they say the white, I will believe them. Somebody come, they say the Indian, I will believe them. And me, I believe her. I think Sandy.
Also, Steve was saying the Arab to the rescue team. The other arrow that they have there is resuscitation. If you want to know the meaning, that's what it said. Resuscitation. Meaning if something happened, they should resuscitate him. Because what the Queen Johnson said, dead or alive, they will go on with the president's election, right? So the other hour and out of there in the resuscitation. So later you hear the D and the N. It coming up by next week. You hear what the D and the N stand for. But the hour stand for resuscitation. That's what I heard.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Appreciate it. So let me say this digger who always come here and write. This person called Prince Masakwe. Prince Masakwe, I don't know the tribe, but I follow you on other show. And I follow some of your writing when you mention my name. You are a tribal bigot. You are a tribalist. And I want you to stop that. play your politics the best way you can. You saw he said something on the other show the other day. Musability was speaking. You mentioned my tribe. You call my name and attach my tribe to it. I don't live with tribalists. I can't keep up with tribalists. I have no space for tribalists. I'm not a friend of tribalists. I don't even want, if you are a tribalist, I don't even want to watch my platform. Because you are demon, you are evil, and you are the reason why Liberia is where it is today. All of you that are tribalists. We have moved way beyond that. All of you that will continue to mention tribe in a negative fashion. This place is not for you. We have no space for tribalists. This is my last warning to you. Anytime you say something, you can accuse me of anything. Say could I ANC, say could I this, say could I that. I don't have a problem with it. Whatever you say to me, I don't have a problem. Oh, say could I not true. Whatever you know, that's fine. But the minute you bring tribalism in your comment, the Madingo did, the Madingo that, I will not take it from you. Trust me. I can get on with anybody. I don't care who you support. I don't care whatever disagreement we have. But if you're only, that's the reason why I hate, when I say hate, I hate the politics of Eugene Fangon. He is #1 tribalist in the Liberian political arena. He's a tribalist. That's why I don't like his behavior. I can't just stumble Stephen, this stupid guy to call or Eugene Fangon, because he's a tribalist. He's a divisive element. And his politics, or if it's not about Congo and native, it's about tribe and tribe, it's about county and county. People like that, I can really have nothing to do with them. And if you are a tribalist, I will hate you. I will hate everything you do. And one of the major problems with Joseph Nima Boaga is because he is tribalist as well, based on his behavior. That's one of my major problems with him. Not necessarily against a Madingo person, but his tribalism transcends country. It transcends country. It goes beyond all the way to the United States. That's one of the problems with Joseph Boakai. Tribalism. I hate people who are tribalists. When Joseph Boakai says strangers, referring to other Liberians, strangers can come from America. You can't speak the people's language. The people don't know you. They want to be president. I don't care who becomes president. But people with those kind of tribal and ethnocentric mindset, the tribal bigot, I can't really handle them. I hate people who are tribalists. Trust me. So when you bring it to me, I will take it to you in a very hard way. Let me tell you this. When I'm doing my politics, I don't see tribe. I don't even see color. My politics is based on issue. But I am proud and I am ready every and any time to defend my tribe. I must say this to you. I'm not a tribalist. But when the tribal bigot assault me or my tribe, I will definitely push back. You know, a lot of people, a lot of my friends that call me opinion leader and this and that, it didn't just come from the sky, and fell. Because we were fighting tribalists on the internet. People that destroy Liberia, we fought most of them, and they know us. Some of us came to prominence because our stand against tribalism and discrimination. That was way before Facebook. Go ask Dennis Child. Go ask Dr. Gaba. Go ask Frederick Joel from Denver. Go ask them. Go ask all those people that used to be on the listserv. Our fight against tribalism and discrimination will not stop. Some of you little mind that just came to political thing because of Facebook. Anywhere you mention my name again and attaching tribalism to it, because you are not important enough for me to spend my time on you, but I will easily block you, not to see you anywhere or see anything from you. Because people who are tribalists, people who are divisionists, people who are racist, anybody with any act of discrimination, you and myself can be on the same page. I don't want to say that to you. This is my last warning to you. The next time you mention my tribe in any of your stupidity, I will block you. I don't want to say that. I'm going to get back to the issue. The reason why I don't see tribe, we have 1,000. I'm seeing 1,475 people here on my big screen. I don't know how many of them are from my tribe. And when we say you contribute to SKTV, your support, your share, I'm not saying my people from my tribe, they don't share it. I'm not saying they don't contribute. But maybe they'll be maybe 1% or 2%. The rest of the people, non-Madingo, non-Muslim. Because they too, when they see me, they don't see tribe. When they see me, they don't see religion. When they see me, they see Liberia. They see a Liberian speaking for Liberia. A Liberian providing information about Liberia. And that's what matters to them. They care less about my tribe, my religion. Even though I am a proud Muslim and a proud Madingo. And we defend my tribe anytime, any day against any tribal picket. Anybody. No exception. Trust me. We have done it and we'll continue to do it. Just put that at the back of your mind. Our friendship will be there. We'll do everything. But the day you try to show me that you are a tribalist, that's the day our relationship will end. And I will have no regret to take you down. But whatever means I can. Yes, I'm saying it. You people are the evil, the devil that destroy our country. So going back to Joseph Nima Boakai, if Joseph Nima Boakai was not a tribalist, Joseph Nima Boakai would have spoken out to say, hey, people who are talking about Kumis and the Broskin, Congo ticket and this and that, that's not our politics. Let's talk about the issue. But he will never say that because he believes in it. Because he's a tribalist. And most of the people supporting him, they are tribalists. It was against the same reason why he decided to go with Brownie Samuka as opposed to going with Mayamu Fofana or Ko Bangalo. Yes. Joseph Boakai is a tribalist and he supports tribalism and he embraces people who are tribalists, the likes of Eugene Fangon, who is a tribal bigot, a fool, an ignorant Fangon, who will pretend to know it all when he knows nothing. He's one of those most unrepentant tribalists. For Joseph Boakai to come under those kind of people there. It's hard for any good people to really support Joseph Boakai. Most of you that are supporting Joseph Boakai, you are either a tribalist, sectionalist, or you are doing it for your selfish ego because you believe that you are from the Unity Party, so you want Unity Party to get to power regardless of what, at the expense of the Liberian people. But if you're going to use tribalism as the conduit to get to presidency, You are missing it. So some of these people then who are even being victim of tribalism, when I see them supporting tribalists, I caution their mental state. If I'm being victim of tribalism, I will not support anybody who supports tribalism, who is a tribalist. That means you are supporting people at your own detriment. You don't know what the hell you are doing. You don't know what you want. Some of you are just followers. For example, Steve Zago, he's a tribalist. Steve Zago was arrested in Masanta, involving himself in the Loma and Mandingo people fight in Masanta. He was arrested. The government had to beg for him. He is on Joseph Boakai team. This man they call Galapa Kotima, when he was superintendent of Lofa County, all the fight between Loma and Mandingo people was created by him, orchestrated by him, and he supported, he took a side, even if he was the superintendent. He is on Joseph Boakai's team. Everybody that are tribalists are the people then that he embraces. Unfortunately. So when I see some of you talking about, oh, they want that one, let me tell you something. A tribalist will always be a tribalist. They will change their tone for the moment. They will change their tone to satisfy certain moment. But they are who they are. Joseph Boakai's health, Joseph Boakai's age is the fair game. Joseph Boakai's experience in government, bad or good, is a fair game. As long you are a public figure, everything about you is a fair game. Especially when it comes to your fitness, when it comes to your attitude. Who wants to elect a tribalist? You are now accusing George Weah of only appointing people from the Southeast because he's from the Southeast. You are accusing him of appointing everybody from the Southeast because he is encouraging his people, only his people. But yet you are at the same time supporting a person who is a proven tribalist. That's hypocrisy. It's good for Joseph Boakai to be a tribalist, but it's bad for Joe Weah to exercise tribalism. That's hypocrisy. What other people doing it is bad, but when Joseph Boakai is doing it, it's good that you clap for him. That's hypocrisy. High-level hypocrisy too. Tribalism is tribalism. It is bad. It doesn't matter the perpetrators. It doesn't matter who are at the receiving end. A tribalist and tribalism should be condemned by every well-meaning Liberian. Everybody who loves Liberia should condemn every tribalist. You should not accommodate them. They have no space. Imagine the United States of America, through her embassy, spoke against Eugene Fangon as being a tribalist and a divisionist, for which he was suspended by President Weah. Tribalism must be condemned by all of us, every single Liberian. Caller, what is your name and where are you calling from? Lofa Julius?
Yeah, this is Lofa Julius.
My man, you got to change your name, man.
Yeah.
And the reason why you got to change your name, you got some hardcore tribalists there coming from your country.
And that's why I purposely called to say, Sekou, regardless of what the people say, those of us, the Loma, Bandi people, we still got love for you, brother. We love you. All right?
Love you too, brother.
We got mad love for you. It doesn't matter what our uncle say or what he does. We still got mad love for you.
Same here, brother.
On the serious note, I've been listening after we said that audio that came out regarding Charlie mentioning Honorable Boykai's assistance to her mother, right?
Mm-hmm.
I stopped and thought about this. Have you ever thought as to why we always say Liberian politicians, they are not visionaries, neither are they, goals driven? Very often in the United States and other parts of the Western world, in order for one to become a politician, they will have already identified a specific issue in society that they want to target, but because they realize that, look, I may not be able to achieve my goal by just advocating from the bottom, so I'm going to have to make my way to the top through government, either as a senator, representative, president, or whatsoever, where I can influence decisions, and then I can be able to impact or make an impact in the society in this way. Now, Honorable Boykai served as a registrar at a school where a young woman was supposed to get kicked out of school, and he had to actually come in to serve as, this humanitarian and everything else. After that, Honorable Boykai served in government for 12 years. Today, we are still complaining about the same problem. Kids are now going to school.
Yeah.
Ask yourself the question, have you ever thought about it? How is it? I'm just wondering. I'm sitting here asking myself, if I were to ever make a decision to put my hands up to serve in government in Liberia, I already have identified key things that I will first and foremost want to fight in government or fight in society. That is equal opportunity for my brothers and sisters with special needs. Make sure that all public facilities are accessible to all of them. Make sure that public transportation is available to all of them. And what I'm doing here, I am going to put that on my agenda regardless of how my colleagues see it. I will fight until I make sure that bill is passed and it's given out to those individuals who will benefit from it.
Yep.
That means because I have identified it, I've worked with people who are victims of these things. But look around you, Siku. Look at the people who are supposed to be. As of today, as we speak, there is the Lord. When was the last time you heard Darius the Lord come on the floor and say, I'm reminding you of my bill that I submitted to reduce my salary or our salary. And I'm asking again that we actually discuss this. When was the last time
that bill was just meant to buy popular sympathy, but it was not. And
I'm saying this.
It was not genuine about it.
You heard Darius DeLon? Yes.
Never.
When was the last time you heard him on the public radio saying, look, I submitted a bill and my bill is being kept in committee room. So I'm asking the Liberians to please join me in this fight because I cannot do it alone. When was the last time you heard Darius DeLon say, I am protesting? I will not show up to work, neither will I show up to session until my bill is put on the floor for discussion because it is worthy of discussion because the huge amount of salary that we are taking. When was the last time you heard Darius DeLon actually call Liberians out to say, join me in this protest. Let's go to the Capitol. Let us protest against our salary because I promise you something that I'm not able to deliver alone, but I need the support of every Liberian. But if you join me in this protest, I believe it will call attention, especially in this election time, where all of these guys are looking to go back. When was the last time you heard Darius DeLon break that up? They played on the minds of the people because they had no agenda. Government in Liberia is a source of income or riches for most of the individuals who aspire to go in government. It's not to serve their people. It's not because they have identified a specific problem and say, I want to be the solution to the problem. I want to offer the idea as to how this problem can be solved. It's not because of that. And that's why, as I sit here, and just thinking about it, how is it that Honorable Boycott, in his right mind, his wisdom thinking, could not come up and say, you know what, when I served as a registrar, there was a young woman who continuously had to deal with the embarrassment of being kicked out of school. And today that I am a vice president, let me utilize my influence to make sure that quality education, free of charge, is available to grade school through high school. And not only is it made or labeled as free education, but I think we should provide what is needed to provide that quality academic environment. How is it that Honorable Boycott could not think of all of these things? What would make him any different serving as a president? And finally, let me say this, not to hug the line today. I know other people want to call. But let me say this to you all.
Yeah, go ahead.
Honorable Boycott was opportune to serve as a vice president to Madam Ellen Sadi Johnson. And every time this argument is made, people want to dismiss it. No, because Madam Salif had personal issue with Honorable Boycott. Let me say this to you guys. The fact that Honorable Boycott made you all to believe that there was some kind of personal disagreement, and he would have had Madam Ellen Sadi Johnson prosecuted, which I have tried to say to you all, time without number, that it is not true. Honorable Boycott had no ounce of anything to dare go at Madam Ellen Sadi Johnson. His recent decision to select Prayer Johnson as his vice running mate proves me wrong. And I am vindicated when I say Honorable Boycott was part of every corrupt practices by consent, because Ellen said, he in his own interview said, every decision I was made, he was a part of it. Ellen actually said his consent prior to making that decision.
Yeah.
He also said every meeting that was held, he was one of the last person to leave.
He was the last person. He was the last person. He was the last person to leave the office. Yes, he said it.
Exactly. So, Sekou, if you and I working for a corporation or we're working for an agency, and every time we go to our agency meeting, I'm the last person to leave the room. That means I'm important, and you're looking to get the last verdict from me.
Yes.
You want to get my view on it prior to making that decision. So if I'm the last person and I give you my view on certain decisions that I made, that tells, and you don't listen to me for the first time, the second or the third time, I am not going to consistently follow through. But Honorable Boycott for 12 consecutive years sat there, he followed through, he sat in every meeting, even up onto the bill. Where does the budget come from, Sekou? You know probably far better than I do. Who permits the budget that is actually reviewed to the Senate? Who actually, doesn't it come from the executive?
Yes.
Thank you. That is the reason why I continue to say to you, Liberians, hate me or do whatever you want to think about it. At this point in Liberia, you do not need a politician to spearhead the activities of Liberia. You need a manager who can manage the resources of the nation. You need a manager who can manage the day-to-day activities of civil servants. You need a manager who can actually put things into place, policies into place that would benefit those of you who are walking the streets, Yana boys, the old women in the market, and other things. You need a manager who can say, I will allocate this amount of money to be made available to our market women who will actually use this money innovatively to provide for they and their family. The subsidies that are provided in the great United States is not done because one guy just jumped out of the blue. It was because of people's advocacy. They saw reason to make available these funds. That's the reason why you have people walking around with food stamps. You have people walking around with Medicaid. You saw Barack Obama when Obama came to office. The Obamacare, you saw how he fought for it. He brought that issue to the public. He discussed it. And today the Obamacare is dead. Let me ask you finally, Sekou, what is it that Honorable Boycott have done or fought for in the past that we can probably sit and say, Honorable Boycott working this in Liberia or as an agriculture minister. Today's Liberia agriculture sector is booming because of his innovative thoughts. What is it? I'm just asking all of these questions because as I sit by myself, ever so often, these things go through my mind. And I see young people today who are not even thinking for themselves, continuing to vouch for the opportunity to go back. How is it that you want to go back? Why? Why? I don't get it. How can you rescue something that you killed? You killed it, but then you claim to want to rescue it? There is no rescue after death. It's either you go to hell or you go to heaven. You can sit and pray all you want. You cannot rescue something you already killed. And the lives of Honorable Boycott, Edwin Snow, Alex Tyler, and other people, they killed the fabric of good governance in our country. And today you're telling us that you want to rescue this? You saw that young woman who often was embarrassed, okay, from admission to her class. You didn't do anything about it when you ascended to government at the highest level. And today you're telling us that it is okay to give you promotion because you did nothing at the previous position. So anyway, let me just know, my brother. I will say this to you again. Those of us from Moffat County, again, we have ties to the Mandingos, Loma, Bundy, Kisi. We have no malice, neither do we have anything against the Mandingos because we have family and friends who are also Mandingos. And we will stand against any form of tribalism in our country. We will fight against it. And I might fight that you are courageous enough to call people out who are seen to be tribalists in certain ways. These things happen very often in our community every day. Yeah. You know, I remember 2017 when I first started discussing Liberian politics. People attempted in so many ways, you know, to make me feel like I wasn't welcome. You're not part of our politics. Why are you discussing Liberian politics? You don't know that the people don't even care about you. They don't listen to you and everything they said. But I knew I had to go. And I said to them, you would not bully me more than I was bullied in high school. So you can't stop me from achieving what I want to achieve. And here we are today. So, you know, don't listen to some of these things that these guys go around with. You know, and women are also part of this, not just guys. Let's be honest about it. Some women are part of it. So, you know, let's say this. And honestly, we all can fight together to get rid of this trouble nonsense that is going around. But certain people who feel like the only way to survive is through these ideas of government remaining in power so that they can get the little handouts because they cannot survive in a competitive environment, they will continue to spew out this nonsense. So I'm not surprised when I hear the likes of Eugene Fangon and other people who cannot survive in a competitive work environment spewing out nonsense. I'm not surprised. So, my brother, I just wanted to say this to you and continue to do what you do. I mean, the fight was never meant to be easy. Honorable Boycott knows exactly what he's going through. He never wanted to be a president. Now, does he want to be a president today? This old man knows he doesn't want to be it, but there are folks around him who are pushing him. And he's simply doing this because he doesn't want to hurt their feelings. So he said, okay, I'll just do it. If the people elect me, then that's it. But if they don't elect me, then, well, at least I made everybody satisfied. Because you know, if he refused, they would say he betrayed the struggle. Thank you, Secretary.
Thank you so much, my brother. Thank you for your contribution. We appreciate it. So let's go to the person. I think this will be the last caller. This is brother Abraham. Abraham, I think you are calling from Norway. The people who are supporters of what is it? Supporters of CPP. They wanted me to give you a number to them. They want to reach out to you. They want you guys to be together. But I'm not here to share people's number without their consent. So yes, indeed, I want you to contribute, and then after that, you can let me know in text message whether or not I should give your number to the people. So Abraham, welcome.
All right. Thank you so much, Brother Sekou. Okay, but I don't know who all want this number, but I will if Yassindin is on that team or among the people.
The people in Norway, the people that are in Norway, they're not in America. Yassindin is in America.
Oh, okay. I think you're talking about the Borderline group.
No, I'm told. The person that texted me. They said they're in Norway. They have a representative there they have a group there, or maybe they have the certain group there that are CPP people, but they want your number. They want to bring you on board.
Okay. Maybe Brasico after the show, I will call you so then we can discuss it.
Okay, go ahead.
If you have the time, please.
Yeah, sure.
You know, as you and Steve were talking, there's something actually caught my mind. I saw a video yesterday, and then you emphasized on it as well today concerning President Biden.
Mm-hmm.
So often when we tell people that, look, this woman has played his part, but I think at this time looking at him, I don't think there is a need for the woman to be in this race. People often say the man is not going to play football, he's not going to play volleyball. What's about President Biden? But when I saw President Biden's video, and then the journalist was asked to analyze the whole situation, I heard a word repeatedly that this thing brings to the attention of Americans as to whether this woman is fit to rule.
Yeah.
I heard that word repeatedly.
Fit to lead.
It's fit to lead. And so now, the day that Emmanuel Service was on your show, there was a video that you played. Mayu Seku, we are talking about Liberia. If we sit by and allow these greedy people to, force this former president on us, knowing that our father is now well, it's not going to utter well for all of us. And so I will only ask you for you to play the PYJ something today so that Liberians can actually listen and know the motive that PYJ has for which he's pushing the woman to be president, because he has his man in the race, to serve as VP to this man. There is some sort of motive that PYJ has. It is good for us to hear this thing here. There are so many things that I'm calculating. This is the old man since 2017 election ended. He has not gone beyond Niba County. People in Maryland County don't know him. People in Yoruba G don't know him. He has not gone there. So how will this man be our president? The last time when he took over the chairmanship of CPP, we were supposed to at least be in Liberia and converse with CPP lawmakers that were contesting that time. But he left. His people said he was coming to the United States to hold meetings with Congress people and some important people in America. But for us to see the old man, we saw one of his photos taken. I think some guys were playing pool in the basement, and Costa carried this old man there, put him in one of the rubber chairs, and our owner was sleeping in that chair there as they were playing pool. Imagine the former vice president of our country was being treated like that. So I'm wondering what is going on, and people just think, look at people like Eugene Facon there. All of these people here, and those know who came on spoon talk to tell us the things that the old man did to him. These are the people that are coming on. And so, Brother Seko, I would like for you to play this video once more, please.
Which video?
Let the people know.
The video that Prince Johnson said the man was not fit?
Yeah, please. Let Liberians know guys are pushing this old man here.
Okay. I'll play it before I leave. I think I'll play it right now. We're about to leave now. I'll play it. But let me take the last caller. Now I'll play it. The last caller here. I think caller 571 number, last 40 9717. What is your name and where you calling from?
Hey, Sekou, this is Ishmael calling from Washington, D.C.
Ishmael.
My brother.
Wa alaikum salam wa rahmatullah. How you doing, my brother?
Very good. You know, Sekou, I started traveling at a very early age. I think by about 3 years old, I was out of Liberia. And I have witnessed all kinds of bigotry, sectionalism, and tribalism in my lifetime. And I can tell you one thing about tribalism that people don't know. It turns on itself.
Yep.
You see what happens? Yeah, what happens after they get rid of the first few people they want, then they start looking inside to get rid of more people and discriminate against more. In Somali, for example, there's only one tribe in Somali. But because of there's only one tribe, they go down to the clan. Which family you're from, and they discriminate against you and they're fighting war. So Liberian people need to be aware that tribalism is self-annihilating. We will destroy ourselves if we go along tribal basis. Anything other than giving a person their due because of who they are in character is going to be the wrong way to travel. Tribalism has always ended up in wars and chaos. The thing Hitler was doing was another form of tribalism, of bigotry, killing people. They do it all the time. And we have to be very careful because they want to lead us down this road, not for any good reason that is going to hold Liberia down, but for selfish reasons. A lot of these people don't want to compete. They want it to be easy. So they say, let ostracize some people. And this always leads to chaos in the end.
Yeah.
When they finish getting rid of one people, they will turn on another people. And what I can't understand is, Sekou, you mentioned it earlier in the show. If you have been chased after, hunted, sought, how can you profess tribalism when it has negatively affected you before? People are running behind you for no reason. You've done nothing to them, and they're hunting you.
But just hold on 1 second, please. Hello? I'm about to leave now. Unfortunately, I had a call that somebody passed away, so I don't even know. I don't know who that person is right now, but I have to end the show right here. I will take this last caller here and call it a day. Caller 717 number. What is your name and where are you calling from? 717 number, last 4 digits 7038. You got to turn off the monitor. Hello? All right. That's supposed to be the last caller, and yeah, I gotta go. Folks will be here tomorrow. I don't know exactly for what, but if they, God forbid, if the death is here, I may not be able to do a show. But if it's outside of Phoenix, maybe we'll be able to continue to come on the show. Because God forbid, if his death is here, we have to attend all the processes, the burial and the funeral and everything else. Hopefully, it's not here. Whatever the case is, may the person rest in peace. I will find out and then we'll let you know tomorrow what it is. But we love you. Y'all have a good day.